Hey, I'm Ben Weisenstein. Some people call me B Weiss.
Ben Weisenstein.
Ben Weisenstein.
Ben Weisenstein.
I'm Ben Weisenstein, owner, founder, and CEO of Grand Slam Garage Sales.
Those were the guys from Grand Slam Garage Sales.
Hustlers, man. My dad always had business mind, business sense. Now we still standing, man. Cliff Gates, B Weiss.
Yiddy.
Homie being in the building.
At the end of the day, it's about results. And with working with Ben, that's what I got.
He reduced a lot of my stress.
Ben was amazing.
Best businessman.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Fucking world.
When it comes down to respect and loyalty, we see exactly eye to eye on that.
And we are on. We're recording. All right.
Coming at you live.
Oh, yes.
Struggling there, buddy?
Yeah, struggle bus is real. Yeah. All right. So I covered my face in the last video, which is probably for the better, right? But but this video I'm sorry ahead of time, but you might have to see my face. All right. Just so they know that for the one person that's watching, that person knows that
special person.
Yeah, very special. I noticed that the audio was really on point for the first podcast. The video wasn't exactly where I wanted it. One of the improvements is I got a professional light, got a good deal on that shit. So we don't want to turn on because we want a chill environment, but just so y'all know that it can look a little better. Lucas, if you don't mind, we can just turn this on real quick.
Not at all, dude.
Thanks, brother.
By the way, we can turn that on at some point.
Oh, I like that.
I'm just not going to tell you. I'm just going to be like,
bah! Wow. Look how much clearer you just became in the video, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Wow. All right, but
that's what this guy looks like.
Yeah. Okay. So with that said, and you can keep it on or off. That's your call, bro. You surprised me. I like it. So let me introduce you, I guess. Again, this is only my second podcast, so it's still a learn as we go. And I'm definitely sound better when it's closer. And so I'm improvising the whole way. That's what I did last time, and it felt great. I'm doing it again this time.
As you should.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to turn this AC off. If it gets too hot, it'll come back on, but it's going to sound better for them.
Okay.
If it gets way too hot, give me a 2 winks on the left and then 1 wink on the right, and then give me a weird eyebrow twist.
That sounds more complicated than what the fucking pitchers do, and they're calling out the pitch.
You're right, yeah.
Oh, no,
the catcher. I used to do that. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, you go fastball 1, curveball 2, maybe a changeup's 3, but maybe you switch it up and a changeup is actually 1. Maybe it's the third sign, so you give 3 signs and it's the third sign that matters. Maybe none of the signs matter and it's a little wink.
What if your balls itch, but you use 3 fingers, you call 3?
You need Gold Bond on you at all times.
Gold Bond?
That's the key. Do you remember Gold Bond?
No.
Wait, I need to introduce you before we talk about Gold Bond.
Yeah.
All right, so... So Lucas is, full disclosure, is a really good friend of mine. He's a fucking brother from another mother and another father. And on top of him being a solid-ass friend, he is a interesting guy because he is, and you'll learn about him in a minute. By the way, I'm looking at the camera. I didn't do that last time. We're just having a conversation. We're pretending the camera's not even there. But again, the people are there, hopefully, and we appreciate you.
That one special person,
exactly.
Absolutely.
So Lucas is super interesting. You're super interesting because
I guess
you're pretty interesting. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's kind of interesting. Okay. You are you're in the engineering field. You have a serious job, and you also are a comedian. And you have Argentinian and Jewish lineage, and you're an interesting fella. So stay tuned and let's get at it, bro. So, if you could this, again, it's just going to be normal conversation. But just to start, maybe a little background on who you are for anyone that doesn't know. Where did it begin? Where were you born? Where were you when you were a little baby?
Where was I born?
LA,
dude,
right?
One of the best cities in the world. Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Oh, you were actually born in Argentina.
I was, yeah.
Yep. And how long did you live in Argentina?
So I was 5 years old.
Dude.
Yeah.
So you learned Spanish before you learned English?
I did. Yeah, I was in ESL actually until the 5th grade.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which, I feel like I picked up English fairly quickly, but when they see someone who's like Hispanic, they like immediately throw them into ESL, which is kind of
what is ESL? I vaguely remember.
English second language.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, second.
There you go.
See? I
Still
fuck up words like that. Imagine me doing that on stage.
Right?
Yeah.
You probably fuck up some words on stage,
absolutely.
Right?
Oh, dude, this last show I did, fucked up like
what words did
3
you fuck
different jokes.
Where was the show, first off?
Phoenix.
It
wasn't a show. It was an open mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's still a show. What's the difference between like an open mic, literally anyone can go up there, versus a show you've already been scheduled? Is that right?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, open mic, anyone could just go up there and
legit.
Yeah.
But they don't know that the next Kevin Hart's going up when you're going up.
I love the encouragement. I appreciate it.
Dude,
Hell
you're killing it. You are funny, bro. Like, every video I've watched, I went to one of your shows in person.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It was pretty funny. And you're funny in real life. You're funny in real life.
Thank you. I don't think of myself as funny in real life, but I guess I can be at times. But dude, fucking, why you gotta be so motivating, man?
That's awesome. Bro. Yeah. I have to. I mean, because the thing is too, you have to believe. Like, you just gotta believe. Like, not to be cheesy, but at the end of the day, it's like, if you're thinking big, it's a lot better than thinking small. I know that's not very profound, but it's like, if you actually want to get to a big place, you have to at least think like that, right? Yeah. Like, if you want to get to a big place, you can't think, all right, I don't have a chance of getting there. You got to think, I have a chance of getting there.
And why not think of that?
Right?
Or like that.
Yo, it's a Friday night, by the way, so we're getting our drink
Friday
on. Yo, can you explain this drink? Because you brought this drink originally for my birthday, I believe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Appreciate that again.
It's a very, very ancient recipe called rum and coke. Or Coke and rum.
So ancient.
What do you think sounds better, Coke and rum or rum and Coke?
I've never heard it like Coke and rum, but I kind of like that. It kind of has a ring to it.
Oh, you know where I get it from?
Where?
Ignition Remix.
Oh,
sipping on Coke and rum. I'm like, so what? I'm drunk. It's that freaking weekend, baby. I'm about to have me some fun. Oh,
bounce, bounce. That sounded cool when you did that. Oh,
it sounds good on the mic. That's why I did it.
Right? Yeah, it was solid, bro.
Yeah. But sidebar, by the way, Ben and I will randomly go into singing just random rap songs like that. We'll sing other songs too.
Yeah.
But they've mainly been of the rap variety.
You're right.
I love that time. We're in my car. We were going to get Mexican food.
Ooh.
We're really excited for some reason.
That place in Huntington Beach?
Yeah.
It was bomb.
Oh, it was bomb.
Yeah.
6'7" comes on, and we both love that song. And we sing it word for word. I mean, except we pause when the N-word comes around, of course.
Yeah, of course. You better. Yeah.
But we
blasting it too.
We probably sounded horrible. I wish we could have recorded. Oh, wait, we did record it.
Yeah, we recorded it. But yeah, bro, like, that's the move. Blasting music in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a big, like, do you love windows down too when you're blasting sometimes?
I do. Yeah. And I love shower singing.
Ooh. But you would be a shower singer. I am too.
Dude.
Are you because when I'm a shower singer, but I'm the same songs, like, bro, I've been singing the same songs in the shower for many years now.
Like what? Like, what's your top? Give me your top 3 shower
Alicia
songs.
Keys is in there.
Wait, there's Some People Want It All.
Some people
that's a great song.
Want it all, but I don't want nothing else. I'm sorry, everyone in advance. Feeling you, baby. I'm killing people's ears.
You actually sound pretty good on the mic.
Yeah, it sounds decent. If I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings.
Some just
sing it.
Want everything.
But everything means nothing if I ain't got you.
Oh, I can't extend my notes like that.
So that, I have an Elvis. I've done some Elvis.
Oh, which Elvis song?
I can't remember the Elvis that I used to do. I've been holding back on Elvis. I actually liked Elvis as a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that weird?
No, I liked Elvis as a kid. I liked all the, like, typical old school artists like that.
Who's another old school artist? You're big into music.
Oh, the Beatles.
Thing.
Oh, yeah,
of course. Yeah.
I am pretty big into music.
And you have an eclectic taste, obviously. It makes you love rap and you love the Beatles. That says something.
Oh, dude, I love everything. I love country music.
Dude, see, that's where we, like, I love you, bro. You did go to Stagecoach, and that's just not something that we have a lot in common. That's not one of them. Country music, I don't fuck with country music.
Which is weird because I'm from California.
Yeah, you're from
Argentina,
exactly,
and he's from Texas, and he doesn't like country.
I know, how weird is that?
Come on, man, live up to your stereotype.
I know, right? I know. Well, in Argentina, is it what kind of music? What's the biggest music in Argentina?
Right now it's reggaeton. Which makes sense because it's actually huge over here, and a lot of people don't even understand it.
Really? Well, true, of course, yeah. But you understand it.
Oh, absolutely.
You speak the language.
But even then, sometimes they're rapping so fast, I don't understand. Yeah. It's like hearing future rap, you speak English fluently, but sometimes you have no idea what the fuck.
Right. Well, I don't speak English fluently. You're being nice.
He speaks Texan.
Yeah, I speak a little Texan, a little Californian, a little weird.
He's got his own words.
Yeah, for sure. I do have my own words, and I mix words. I've always mixed words. Like, just any words. You can mix any words. Like, like table and chair, tear. That's terrible. See, that was terrible. But you can mix anything.
Oh man.
Let's get more into the story. So, started in Argentina, Buenos Aires. And when you say Buenos Aires, I'm sure it sounds way better. So I'm gonna say Buenos Aires, and now you say it.
Buenos Aires.
Yeah. See, like I feel like, you just That's people, when they hear me say that, they're like, when they hear you say that, it just sounds right. Do that again. I'm going to try that one more time, then we'll get in the story. I'm sorry.
Buenos Aires.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, cool. So, started in Buenos Aires, and start from the beginning. What was life like? Do you remember anything when you were that young?
I remember a few things. Like, I remember going to the park and, kicking a little soccer ball around.
Nice.
Thinking I was the next. Well, at the time, Messi wasn't even big yet.
Who was clean?
I thought I was the next Maradona.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you
I
even
just
hear
stopped
that
playing soccer.
You stopped playing soccer?
Well, I came to the States. My dad had a full-time job, so he was busy commuting from Fullerton to LA every day, which I guess wasn't that bad back in the day. Traffic can't be anywhere near as bad.
Little context for people: Fullerton is in California, but it's I don't know. How far is it from LA? It's not that far.
It's about 35 miles, I'd say, maybe 40, but it takes so long to get somewhere like that far in LA,
right?
Or just in Southern California.
Bro, traffic's crazy.
It's so bad.
Seriously, what's the answer to that, though?
What is the answer to that? Well, there's a couple different answers.
Let's hear both answers.
Well, first is upgrading public transportation.
Okay, in what way?
Creating more subways.
Okay.
Which might be easier said than done, of course. I mean, they've started an expansion in LA from, I think it's Wilshire and Western, to go all the way, I think, right up to Beverly Hills, because Beverly Hills doesn't want a fucking...
They don't want a subway?
No. Come on.
Damn. Bougie. They're bougie. You're right.
I'm not trying to talk shit on Beverly Hills, but...
But you're about to talk shit on Beverly Hills.
Well, it's like, would the Hamptons want an underground train run through it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And then you heard Elon Musk is building like an underground fucking tunnel.
Right. It's like a not a teleporter, but, like a little train for your car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a car train. Yeah, you're right. The car goes on. I saw a video, and then... like attaches or whatever, and then it goes super fast.
Sure.
Your car's just attached. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is pretty interesting. Someone called it like a carpool lane for the rich, or how I like to call them, the bourgeoisie.
The bourgeoisie.
The bourgeoisie.
The bourgeoisie.
The bourgeoisie.
Wait, so you have to have a lot of money to do that then? Is that what you're saying? Like to go in
there? I mean, I would imagine so. Okay. I haven't looked into it myself.
Okay.
But from what I heard, you got to have some dough to do that.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's like even when you take a toll road here,
true.
You're talking about $4 or $5 every time you go one way.
Bro, just sound effects sound cool. Like, that's a cool one. I like that.
I do.
That's I don't want to get too off topic. We're gonna jump all over the place.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I'm king of getting off topic.
Same, bro. So sorry in advance to everybody, but I think it'll be interesting either way, and that's the realness of it. We keep it real. We're not gonna have a this won't be staged in any way. In fact, to that point, I love that we're gonna get back to your story. Mm-hmm. However, I was thinking about doing this right when we started, and it's funny because you're looking at me because we didn't. Here, full disclosure, did I tell you what is about to happen right now?
No.
Exactly.
I thought you were about to mention, okay, full disclosure, this podcast is sponsored by, because I would do that.
Yeah, no, we're not at that level, bro. Yeah, zero sponsors. so here's what we're going to do. I know you've watched full disclosure as well. I know you've watched part of the first podcast, but not all of it yet, which I'm glad you haven't seen all of it yet. And it literally came out less than 24 hours ago, and it's a 3-hour podcast. So the fact that you've even started to watch it, I appreciate.
Thank you.
And I look forward to you hearing the rest. But I'm glad that you haven't heard it all yet, because that means there's certain things that are going to happen that are probably going to be like throwing you off a little bit, but not too much.
Oh, cool.
But I like that in a good way. So here we go. First, this is something Cal and I talked about, and I wanted to just kind of start the podcast with this, but we just started talking. But now that I remembered, we'll do this. Just trust my lead. But basically, this is like it's like a form of meditation. Essentially, it's a breathing exercise.
Oh, the 15-minute thing.
Bro,
yeah.
Wim Hof. Have you heard about him?
No.
So it is 15 minutes. Yeah, there's stages. Oh, so you did hear that
in your
okay.
podcast.
Oh, okay. So
it's all coming full circle.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, so you did hear that part. So then you kind of already know what it is, but you cool with doing 5 minutes of it before we start, bro? So we're gonna feel super calm. We're just gonna feel even better before we like go all the way in this podcast.
Fuck yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna play it in here and just follow what it's saying, basically.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where's fucking Jamie? Jamie.
Right on. Fully in.
So you're breathing fully in.
Letting go. Not fully out, just letting go. But fully in. Letting go.
And you close your
And
eyes.
once again. Come on. Don't hesitate. Give it. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Going great, man. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Nice one. Feels good, huh? Hey. Give it fully. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. Take him in. Letting go. No hesitation. It's about changing the chemistry right now in your body. Times more. Deeply in. Letting go. 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 Okay, 5 times more. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. Deeply in. Letting go. 2 times more. Letting go and stop. Just stop. Witness. Without air in the lungs, you are able to stay much more than normally. Why? Because we changed your chemistry. Carbon dioxide went out, O2 went up, filled up all the cells, and the pH levels go up. Then we are able to tap into the central nervous system, and at the end we got the brainstem, and that's the place of the pineal gland, hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and the pineal gland makes the secretion of adrenaline in dangerous situations. Normally we do not get into it because of our shallow breathing. But this is the way to get into the most primitive part, the reptilian brain, without many difficulties, and fend off bacteria, getting better into the endocrine systems, in minutes, and you're still on. That shows that the capacity to fill yourself up with oxygen is a lot more than we normally use. And as we do not use it, we are not making a use of the full capacity of our physiology. Now we found out we got a different layers, and we never use it. And this is the way to learn to use it, to tap in and bang into the primitive brain, into the endocrine systems, immune systems, the way nature has meant it to be. Everybody is able to do it. Whenever you feel the urge to breathe, you don't need to force. It's only learning how to oxygenize the body and all the cells. You're going great, man. Nice one. Feels good, huh? When you feel the urge to breathe, you breathe in fully and keep it for 10-15 seconds. Then that's one round. Fully in and keep it. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Right on. Fully in.
I think that was one round. Yeah. Holy shit! Did we just do 2 rounds? No, I think that was one. All right,
that was it sounded like one.
Yeah, I think it was one. Yeah,
but it was great. I liked it.
You liked it, right?
Totally wasn't expecting to like it that much.
Fair, same. The first time I did, I wasn't. So, how do you feel?
I feel great.
Do you feel more calm?
That sounds so generic, and yes, how do you feel? I feel great, but I do feel different in a good way.
Wow, it's real, right?
That's so descriptive, right?
No, it's real. No, I'm not even kidding. That's real, bro. For real.
It made me realize a couple things. One is, I think a big reason why we enjoy working out is because when you go hard and you stop, you feel all that shit that this guy was talking about. Which, to dumb it down to its most basic
I don't know what those
elements
words were
is, it's kind of like a runner's high, but I'm not really a runner.
Same.
I like to sprint,
run,
though.
but I'm terrible. Damn.
Like, I like to sprint really hard, and then, once I'm done, I'm like, oh, man, I feel great.
Do you do, where do you do sprint? Do you just do sprints outside? Obviously, not in your hallway.
Not really. I play sports, so
True.
I'm in a soccer league.
Flag football?
It's extremely competitive. It's like 7-on-7 co-ed.
Oh, it's co-ed.
And
nice.
it's the very bottom division of 8 divisions, so only the best could play with us.
Well, it's co-ed though. That's interesting. So
no, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So it started out as a work league. It was actually my second real engineering job out of college. I just worked at some company that was kind of like a small startup, but it got bought out and it was kind of corporatized, but it still had a little bits and pieces of that startup vibe. And one of those was this soccer team.
That's cool though. That's an interesting point. So it was like a big company, but with a startup vibe.
Kind of.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Not a super big company. Is that what you're getting at, or what?
I mean,
feel like
I probably had 45 employees.
Okay, decent size though.
Yeah,
but it had a startup
chill.
vibe. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
I liked it, but anyways, I'm not
get
trying
back
to talk about
the
the company.
Yeah, I feel you.
I still play on that soccer team. We still have the same name, even though that company doesn't even exist anymore and got bought out by another one. But I think 2 or 3 of the original players are on there, and we picked up other people randomly, just friends of friends and significant others.
That's
but
hilarious.
It's been awesome.
Wait, so how many years have you been on this team?
4 years now.
4 years.
Let me see. I started working there 2016. Okay, 3 years.
3 years. Still, that's a lot. I mean, considering how many of those years, 2 of them, you weren't even working with the company anymore, and neither was anyone. Right?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Hilarious.
There's one person on there that still works for that company.
Oh really? Wait, so that company's not dissolved?
No.
Okay.
I misspoke. So the company's still there.
Gotcha.
They moved. It was in 2 buildings.
Okay.
One building basically went away, and so did all those people.
Okay.
Because they moved R&D back to the East Coast.
But
there is still the production building.
Interesting.
And the dude that's on our team is from the production building.
Was this before or after you were a male stripper?
Oh, shoot. I'd like to say in between.
Just joking. For clarity, everybody who's never a male stripper.
Come on, man. You got to go with it a little longer.
Yeah. I mean...
Because people will probably watch like, really? He's a male stripper?
Right?
Like, fuck, dude. If that's all it takes.
Bro, I wonder if they make good money. I mean, I'm assuming they might, right? Male strippers?
It's funny? I just met a male stripper.
Wait, why did you meet a male stripper?
Were you at
a strip club?
No. So here's what happened.
So what happened was
I pulled out $300 and no, I'm just kidding. So the way I actually ended up meeting this dude was
MySpace.
We were at Stagecoach, which was maybe a couple months ago. And
a little context for anyone that doesn't know is it's like a country music festival, right?
It is, yeah. I'm bad at giving people.
You're good,
context.
bro. That's like what I'm gonna try to be here.
Oh,
for.
absolutely.
Yeah, I got you.
No, it's a huge country music festival. It's in the same place where they do Coachella. So
it's literally in the exact same same
venue. Yeah.
Interesting, and it's like back-to-back weekends, no?
Yeah, it's actually weekend 3.
That's
so some
crazy.
people call it Coachella weekend 3, even though it's nothing to do with Coachella.
So some people stay for Coachella 2 weekends and then Stagecoach.
Probably.
That's epic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, if you're really that basic, sure.
Yeah, like that's crazy, bro. All right, so keep going. Sorry.
So I'm at Stagecoach. I end up staying with a buddy of mine that I knew like towards my latter years of college into like early adulthood or whatever you want to call it.
Is that what we're going through now?
So we've remained like good friends, and he's like, oh yeah, dude, like I got this house. If you want to come, you're totally welcome.
Legit.
I knew a few other people staying there, but that was it.
Yeah.
And then I just met like maybe 6 strangers there, and one of them happened to be like a male stripper, and this guy was super cool.
Did you get his business card?
No. He used to be a male stripper. He doesn't do it anymore.
Oh, okay.
But I found out he was a male stripper, so I was like, "Oh, dude, that's so awesome!" Like you got some stories.
Oh, he definitely has stories.
Yeah, but he pretty much said the majority of the people who order male strippers are like old ladies.
That makes sense, I guess. I mean, if you're a young lady, I feel like you wouldn't feel the need to order.
You can go out and get it for free.
Exactly, pretty easily.
Yeah, like you can find some hot guy at the bar.
Yeah,
and be like, "Hey,
do
you want to come home and take your clothes off in front of 5 of my hot friends?"
How many guys are gonna say no to that?
Right.
I mean, how many straight guys are gonna say no to that?
Yeah.
So, interesting. So, in terms of the male stripper, did he say how much money he was making?
He didn't. Actually,
I don't. Make real dough, though.
I feel kind of weird asking people how much money.
I know. I don't ever ask that.
If I really want to know, I'll ask them in the most subtle of ways, like
how much do you pay for rent?
Right? Or if someone, let's say, sells something, I'm like, oh, how much are you making on average per deal?
That would help you figure it out. Yeah.
And that's not super invasive because you're just asking what they make on one deal. It could take them a year to close a deal. 2 years. It could take them 2 months. You never know.
Yeah, my thing too though is just like I'm never gonna. And I know you're the same way. Never gonna like judge somebody on how much they make. In fact, I think there's people that make a ton of money that are shitty as fuck, and people that make like nothing that are amazing. But it's interesting to know though sometimes. And another question you're not supposed to ask is like age. You're not supposed to ask like how old someone is. Why is that? Like how's that offensive? Like asking an age?
Well,
I don't get that. Actually.
I thought it was only that way for women.
Yeah,
I guess
fair.
That extends
is it for guys
now.
too?
I don't know. Guys are sensitive nowadays too. You know?
I mean, I'm a sensitive guy for sure.
Guys are like, oh my god, he asked me how old I am. Oh my god, no way. Really, bitch? Ew. Why are you friends with him?
Yo, what's your go-to joke when you go on stage? Do you normally go with the same one? Can you switch it up a lot, don't you? Like
I do. I try to switch it up a good amount, but I've been reading this book about comedy called Mastering Stand-Up, which I haven't finished yet, but
Mastering Stand-Up. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a great book, and one of the things that really stuck out to me in the book is when you go up on stage, those first 10 to 15 seconds, the crowd is judging you the hardest.
Really?
They want to know if you're funny. So you want to start out with something funny right off the bat.
Makes sense. Because you either, are you saying, correct me if I'm wrong, you win them or lose them right away?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, not necessarily. I've had moments where I start out super shitty and then I win the crowd back.
Fair.
But it's a lot harder to do. You're fighting an uphill battle there.
So when you come out strong, it's a little easier because now they're already like, oh, he's funny. So they're giving you more of a chance. You think that's what it is on other jokes? Like they're now listening a little more rather than just kind of blurring it out?
Yeah, and they also just want to see like what does this guy think about? You know, like what's his motive behind his comedy?
Yeah.
You don't really have to have a motive. You could just go up there and say funny shit, and people will laugh.
Bro, not to cut you off, I want to bring it back and then get in there because I think it's interesting like how it started. So without getting into comedy too much yet, so like let's go through a story. So like Buenos Aires, by the way, remember if it gets too hot, you give me that little wink or some shit. And okay, I saw the wink. I didn't see the eyebrows, but try the eyebrows.
I'm not about that baseball shit.
Yeah, I know.
Just one sign and you're good.
Yeah, I remember by the way, you'll get used to that loud AC.
That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. And it's still the good news is after hearing the first podcast, thankfully you can hear the AC, but because these are pretty decent mics, as long as it's set up like we have it, it's still pretty easy for people to hear us, so that's good.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned it, I have a guy who I think can get rid of that noise.
Even with AC on?
I think so.
I mean, I would love that.
This guy is like a production master. Like, his main thing is music, but...
Is this the guy that you said should be on the podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Maybe when he comes from the podcast, he can figure this out. Right? Like, yo, I want the AC on, but without us hearing it at all.
Oh,
yeah.
You can
figure that out. That'd be legit.
Well, no. I meant, like, after you get the video or the file,
you,
like, can go into the sounds and chop it out.
We don't want to edit shit that we want to keep it so raw.
Even the background music of the fans?
Even the music.
We'll let the listeners decide. The viewers.
Yeah, on this topic, the intro and outro, like I was saying, that we're on V1 right now. It's going to change. I'm going to call you out in a good way because I think that, again, I think I might have said this in the first podcast. I don't know, but intentions are everything in my book. And my thing, too, is, if someone means well, they can pretty much say anything to me. And if I know they mean well, like, I know they mean well. If someone doesn't mean well, they can pretty much say anything to me and, like, I'll get frustrated. But, again, like, someone that means well, they can say anything and I won't get frustrated. So calling you out in a good way. Yeah, you just hit the mic for anyone that's not watching the video. Calling you out in a good way. You're a real friend, and I already knew that. But you earlier, and I'm saying it. I'm gonna fucking say it on the podcast, bro. Yeah. You were like, bro, I just got to tell you, like, the intro to the podcast, like you said, the podcast's really cool. You know, you just started watching, you're enjoying it so far, and you wanted to keep listening to it. But then you were like, but the intro, like, I didn't like the intro, and the intro came off as a little forced, and which I felt kind of that way too. And then we had a honest conversation about how, like, I made the intro to a point where people can see a little bit about who I am, so they can see there's a level of credibility. And I'm not super credible by any means, but but like that I have a tiny bit of credibility, so that when people are seeing this goofy guy asking questions, they just know a little bit of kind of where I came from. But the eventual goal is that hopefully some people know me, and then I'll put all the clips together from the different podcasts and mesh that together in some sort of cool intro, and then maybe no intro because people just know what's up and they'll just see it. But in any case, I agreed that the intro is like not killer and it'll definitely change. But I just want to call you out for calling me out, and I appreciate that because it came from a great place. I think real friends, have each other's backs, and they also keep it real with each other no matter what. And so that was completely off camera and everything. We didn't talk. I didn't say I was going to say this, but I appreciate that, bro. You're a real friend, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
thanks,
shout out to real friends.
And for the record, the intro, I like what he's doing. It's good. It's just the music. Like, oh, my God.
Oh, it's really just the music?
It was really the music. Like,
bro, I listened to like 4 or 5 songs. It was the best one I could find, but you sent me better options, bro.
Oh, dude, I would even just grab an instrumental from some, like...
What if you freestyle and I just put that as my music? You want to freestyle right now?
I'm not very good at freestyling.
Fair.
Otherwise, I would be.
Fair.
But you know who is a really good Jew that's great at freestyling?
Who?
Lil Dicky.
Damn, I thought you were going to say me. Fuck.
Oh. You're like second best.
No, Mac Miller's Jewish too, so
he
I'm
is?
at least third.
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
well, he
third.
was. Rest in
Okay.
peace, yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Lil Dicky is hilarious, bro.
He is.
When I saw his video for the first time, I was like, damn, he's like, fuck, he can flow and he's funny. Like, he's legit funny. What was that huge video that he had that popped off at first? It was, he like filmed, it was something about saving money.
Save that money.
Save that money.
Oh,
Save
dude,
that
I
money.
love that song.
Yeah, bro.
You can party to that song too. That's what's
right?
crazy about it. You can party to that song. You can like sit back and listen to it. Like, yeah, like it's chill.
Right?
You can drive in your car, or you can like just pop it in and listen to the lyrics. Like, this is a genius song because he actually tells you how to save money.
Really?
Like single ply TP ass bleed. Like, fuck it. Your ass is going to bleed, but you're saving money on single-ply toilet paper, right? No, fuck that. I love my asshole way too much to do that.
Wait, what were some of the other lessons? That's a great lesson in that song. I didn't even realize. Do you remember any others? Not to put you on the spot, but I mean, that's already
happy
legit.
hour taking out a chick, and now I don't even care.
Oh, so take that happy hour, get the happy hour, and take the leftovers.
Plus, happy hour is a great time to take out a chick.
Wait, so let's have this
Who
financial
doesn't want to
lesson
take
now?
out a chick from 4 to 7?
Oh, smart.
Oh,
you're right.
right?
Says the guy with a long-term girlfriend.
Right?
But you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you save some money. Wait, so this is great. Wait, let's go through this. So let's back it up. So what was the first one? So one piece of toilet paper or one single?
Single ply TP ass bleed.
Single ply TP ass bleed?
Yeah.
So use single toilet paper so you save some money. So your ass don't bleed.
Yeah.
Right? All right.
No. So your ass does bleed.
Your ass does bleed. But you save
like your
money.
ass is gonna bleed because you have single ply, but you're like, whatever, dude. Like I'm trying to save money.
Okay, fair.
But that's like extreme money saving.
That
right
is
there.
extreme. A
Yeah.
bloody booty just to save some moolah.
Yeah.
Bloody
Unless
booty
you have
saves
like
moolah.
an amazing technique to where you can consistently wipe your ass and
Bro,
with single ply.
have you ever used a
and not
bidet?
be caught. Oh, I have a bidet at home.
You are a bidet guy.
Well, it's the attachment to the toilet.
Dude, I think, Kyle, I apologize if you don't want this out here. I feel like you wouldn't care, but
it doesn't.
Cal has no. I
You
feel like
never know,
I wouldn't
actually.
say this if he cared. I feel like there's
Okay.
no way he'd care. We just didn't talk about this, but he's a bidet guy as well, and he like got me interested in it, and I forgot. I think he's the same shit as you just said. Shit,
Yeah.
no pun intended. Bidet, and he like just it's something that you can bring with you places, right? Like
Yeah.
you can what? So how much
Wait,
better?
no, you can't really bring it places. with
Bring it to the restaurant.
Well, because
Walk into
theoretically,
the-
you can like unhook it and then take off the little valve that you used to connect it.
How hard is it to set up? Because that's my thing. That's
Dude,
the
it
reason I
takes
haven't
10
done
minutes.
it. Really, it's that easy?
Yeah.
Dude, and it's way better, right? You don't have to
Yeah.
be wiping all day to get that shit clean as fuck.
No, not at all. Actually, it's
that
very
clean booty?
environmentally friendly because you're cutting down on paper.
True.
Yeah.
Cutting down on paper, bro.
Yeah. But I think the Democrats are too politically correct to promote that. You know?
Oh, you're trying to get into politics?
Not really. All right, we don't have to go there. But for the record, though, I am not a Democrat or Republican.
Same.
I think the two-party system has ruined this country, but we don't have to get any deeper than that.
Bro, we can go as deep as you want, honestly. But it's funny you said that because I did say it in the last podcast. Did you hear that yet in the last podcast?
No.
It's funny, interesting. See, same wavelength, same, bro. I think it's stupid that people also. What I think is stupid is when people feel the need. It's like my dad's a Republican, so I'm a Republican, or my dad's a Democrat, so I'm a Democrat. No, think for your fucking self. Have your own brain, and then think like, and then what matters more, social issues or financial issues? And then in terms of the financial or fiscal issues, think into them. There's a lot of different issues, and just try to learn. I'm no genius, but like we can all learn a little bit about it, and then see which way you feel more comfortable with. But it is unfortunate that, like for me, for example, I'm socially liberal, fiscally like not very conservative, but more fiscally conservative than liberal, I guess, but socially completely liberal. Because social issues mean more to me, I have to vote Democrat. Libertarian Party is a little more what I think, because it's, I believe, a little more fiscally conservative and more socially and socially liberal, which is kind of what I'm saying, but it's not like a legitimate party to get elected, which is fucked up. There should be several parties, and it is kind of a fucked up system. I don't understand why it's a two-party system.
Well, here's another problem. You just said it's not. Oh, here we go.
Let's go.
It sounds like a political attack ad. But you said it's not a legitimate party, and it might not be in a lot of people's perspective. But the more people hear that, the more people think it's not legitimate, or that someone doesn't actually have a good chance of getting elected through it.
Yeah.
By the way, can you hear me? I feel like.
Oh no, I hear you. Great.
Great?
Do you
Okay,
not? Are
cool.
you not sounding?
No. I
remember,
feel
you turned
like
your headphones down
I
a little
did
bit.
turn my
Do you want
headphones
to turn it
down.
back up a little bit?
No, that's cool.
No, it sounds good loud, bro. I don't know about you. I mean, however you like it, but I love, like, I feel like I'm in a theater right now.
I'll throw it on
I'll turn it back up a little bit. Yeah.
There
Now
we go.
see, is there a difference?
Yeah.
like you can hear it louder.
When I think about adjusting my headphones, I think of Fat Joe and that one song where he's like, "Put the fucking mic on." Mic is on.
We did a show with Fat Joe and Corey Guns.
No way.
We had a show together in Vegas. in 2011, I think it was. And I remember I was originally going up to Fat Joe, and I tapped him on the back, and his bodyguard then like pushed me. He didn't know who I was. I was like, oh, I'm with Corey, and then he was chill. But Fat Joe, the one thing I definitely remember, besides getting kind of pushed a little by his bodyguard before he knew that I was with the crew per se, is that his name was still Fat Joe, but he was not fat. He's not fat anymore,
He's
bro.
not?
No, I mean he's like a big guy, but he used to be huge. He was like huge Joe. Now he's like decent sized Joe, I guess. But he was huge Joe when he was Fat Joe, and now he's still Fat Joe, but now he's decent sized Joe, if that makes sense.
Oh,
He's not actually that fat. He's a tall guy too, though.
how tall?
Yeah, 7 feet. I can't. If I remember right, I feel like he was taller than me. I'm 6'2.5". I don't know if my memory serves me right or not, but I believe he was taller than
That's
me,
pretty
unless I'm
fucking
thinking of his
tall.
bodyguard. But I think he was taller than me.
I think
he was a
anything,
big guy though.
Anything over 6 feet, I think it should be considered tall.
Fair. What are you? How tall are you?
Anything above 6'3", I think is fucking tall.
Yeah, I wish, bro. I'm like 6'2", 6'2.5".
Yeah.
Like I wish I was 6'3".
I also didn't want you to get too excited.
Yeah, I know, right? So wait, back to the libertarian.
How tall am I?
Yeah, I thought you were dodging that question. I wasn't gonna call you out.
No, that's fine. I'm 5'10".
Cool. That's solid height.
Hell yeah.
On the libertarian thing, I think that, first off, it's when I say it's illegitimate per se, I just mean in the sense of like actually getting elected. They don't have the funds to really build momentum, or at least in the past. But who knows? Fucking this clown who got elected did prove that like anything can happen. So I guess you never know. And with social media, digital now, it does change the game. So the right candidate running as a libertarian in this century, in this time, maybe has a chance of gaining traction, become president one day. And maybe an independent could. But
yeah, it's funny you brought that up, because I feel like one of these dudes who just has a massive online following immediately has a very good chance just because of his following.
Oh, for sure, bro.
Yeah.
For sure, bro. Bring that a little closer to you if you could. Yeah, but for sure. We still got to see that face, though. Let's get it right there. Yeah.
Look at me. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're good. Still lean back, bro. Be comfy. And you can bring it all, like, this shit moves, so just be comfy.
Oh, I'm showing
you sound great.
Sure.
So, let's get back a little bit to your story. So, because it's interesting. So, we were in Buenos Aires. I don't know if we got to the why you moved to U.S. yet, did we?
No, we didn't.
So,
well, because I was 5 and I run the fucking house,
that's
I told
right.
my parents, like, look, we're fucking moving right now. No. The more I think about it, it's really crazy that I moved at that age, because my little brother is like 8 months old at the time.
Interesting.
He's like 5 years younger than me, more or less.
Yeah.
I know he was a baby when we moved, which I think is crazy, because when you have a kid that young and you move, on top of having
how old were your parents?
My parents were in their 40s. I don't know exactly how old they were. I could do the math.
They were in your 40s when they had you?
No.
That's what I thought.
No. Well, because they were in their 40s when they moved to the U.S.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. So, they moved straight to L.A.?
Yeah. Well, to Fullerton. Which is, like I said, about an hour away from L.A., Orange County.
What was the reason, though? Like, why were we moving to the U.S.? What was the move?
My dad always loved the U.S., actually. So he came here for the first time back in 1975. And for some reason, he just always thought really highly of the U.S. He was finally able to make it out here. I think he might have been like 21, 22. Anyways, he would like come out here, work a couple different jobs. I know one of them was being like a valet parker, and he would earn like a fuck ton of money in tips.
He was a grinder.
Yeah, also got a great workout in because he got that valet jog.
Ooh, valet. What's the difference between like a valet jog and a normal jog? Because the way you just did that, I feel like it was a little different.
Oh, this is because my arms were a little constrained.
Okay.
But
solid. You're good, bro. As long as the mic stays up, you're good.
No worries. A valet jog is like, I'm going to quote Sebastian. I can't pronounce his last name, but he's a comedian, famous comedian.
Okay.
He's got this one joke where he's like, I like to go to the gym and do a 5.0. It's a valet jog. I'm going to go get your Mercedes. And I totally just butchered his amazing Italian accent.
No, I feel like you still got it.
Yeah, it's just like a chill little jog.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm jogging a little bit faster than usual.
Is his last name Maniscalco.
Maniscalco,
Maniscalco. I'm like the Jamie of the. I'm just looking shit up over here. Okay, interesting. Do you like? I don't want to go. I was about to go back into the comedy stuff, but I want us to work our way there because I think it's very interesting that you're into comedy. I think there's a lot of meat there. So like when we dive into that fucking fogo de chao, that meat, that fucking all you can eat, bro. We got to do a Brazilian steakhouse soon.
We do.
Oh my gosh, bro. We might do pizza after this. By the way, I'm hungry.
You know
Are you
what?
hungry
We
at all
gotta
yet?
do. I'm not actually.
You're not. You ate pretty
I had
recently.
In-N-Out right before I came.
Bro,
which,
do you
by
think
the
you're
way,
gonna be hungry later?
I think I will be.
It is right
Dude,
now.
You're talking.
10:50. Yeah.
Do you know who you're talking to, bro? I'm always hungry.
By the way, when did we even start? I didn't look it up. Do you have any idea?
I didn't take a timestamp.
Yeah, do we have any idea? I may go look randomly at the camera, but I mean we're still gonna be going for a while either way. I just like to know where we're at. But I'm a rookie, so I didn't think to look when we started.
That's okay.
Rookie mistake. So came to the U.S. because looked at the U.S. like the shining city on the hill, as they used to say, which it's now the shining city with a clown running it. Papa, shots fired. But obviously, in all seriousness, tons of opportunity here, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Moved here. It was you, your brother, your little 8-month-old brother. You were 5, and you were with your mom and your dad. Is that it?
Yeah.
It
actually, I don't remember if it was immediately right after we moved, but at some point, one of my dad's aunts was living with us for, I'd say, a good chunk of time, maybe a few months.
Yep.
I don't know if she was just like visiting, but I remember her living there for a good chunk of time, which was nice. She's passed since then.
Rest in peace. Absolutely. What was her name? If you don't.
Juanita.
Juanita?
Juanita is what we used to call her.
Juanita, rest in peace, Juanita. We're showing you love on the podcast. For sure.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But yeah, it was mainly just us, and I remember living in like a pretty big apartment complex, nice little 2-bedroom apartment
in Fullerton.
In Fullerton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like walk to school. It was it was like a pretty good neighborhood, especially considering that I moved to LA later when I was 10. And that was a pretty big change because it was like, well, I could still walk to school, but I shouldn't walk by myself.
Shit. Why was that? You knew that like people were getting jumped and shit, or?
Oh yeah, I mean my parents knew. I was like 10 years old at the time, so I kind of understood what was going on. Like it was a little bit of a rougher area.
Yeah.
And by no means was it crazy. Like it wasn't Compton bad.
So were you a blood or a Crip?
Both actually. I was a purple dude. Purple Kool-Aid man, just crashing through the wall.
Hence the headphones.
Yeah. But no, I just remember, just my parents telling me like, hey, it's not as safe as Fullerton, so I just want to watch out a little bit. And luckily, I, stayed out of trouble. Never.
Did you ever get jumped or anything?
No.
That's good.
No, thank God.
Did you felt like you might at some point, but?
I mean, I've been in situations where I thought shit was gonna go down.
Yeah.
Like I remember, fast forward, I was in high school at the time. My brother was in elementary school, so I would take the bus from my high school to Wilshire and Fairfax, if anyone knows where that is. And then I'd pick up my brother at his elementary school. Then we'd take the bus a few blocks away from there. And then, every now and then you'd get some, like, gang dudes on the bus. No big deal.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
But this time we got on, there were, like, some Bloods in the back.
Oh, shit.
And there was one Crip in the front.
Oh, shit.
And so the guys in the back, no, not really, no. They were just, kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
And all the Bloods just yelled, "Swoop," which is, the international blood call.
Yeah, it is.
If there are Bloods across seas. Anyways.
Those are all our listeners, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the people in Europe.
All the gang members listening.
Yeah, so someone yelled out, "Swoop," and then this guy in the front was like, "Killer, who the fuck said that?" So then, all the dudes in the back, they're like, "What the fuck? Like, did someone really just say that?" So they get up and they start mouthing off to each other. And mind you, this
how
is
old
like
were you?
a pretty long
You were in
bus.
high school.
Yeah, I was maybe 16 or so, 15. And this is a pretty long bus. And there's maybe like 6 of them in the back and one of these dudes in the front. And I don't, so they exchange some words or whatever. They want to fight each other, but there's also a lot of people in between them.
Yeah.
And at some point, the dude in the front just sticks his hand in his backpack. His backpack is like facing forward. So he pretty much is trying to either has a gun or he's making it look like he has a gun.
Do you think it could have been a water gun, though?
I don't know. But when someone, has their fucking hand in their backpack, like as if they're holding a gun, you got to assume they have a gun.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, there was kind of a big standoff right there. And I was like, so, the bus driver was like, everybody, or I think she was telling the dude in the front to get off, because this guy supposedly has a fucking gun.
Right.
Pulled the thing over. And right after I pulled the bus over.
Trigger.
No. Pulled the bus over. I was like, damn, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Right.
And my brother understood what was going on, kind of.
He was in middle school, but he got it.
He was in high school.
Oh, he was in high school.
No, my bad. I was in high school.
You were in high school, he was in middle school.
He was in elementary.
Elementary.
But he still knew what was going on.
Okay.
He's like, no, dude, let's get out of here. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So we get off.
Yeah.
And it's funny because right after I get off, we get off with the guy that supposedly had his hand in
his backpack
reaching for a gun. Yeah. And this guy was like, I'll meet you motherfuckers at the transit center.
Yo, no cussing on this show.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
Fuck.
Yeah, but he's like, I'll see you motherfuckers at the transit center. I'm like, fuck, that's where we got to get off to go home.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But no big deal. I mean, it's a pretty big area.
Yeah,
and we're like, hey, we'll wait out. We'll go get some food, relax, give them time to kill each other.
Just give them some time to kill each other real quick.
Yeah.
But was that the only... Wait, so did anything ever go down?
No, after that, nothing else went down.
Okay.
But I'd say that's one of the closer encounters I've had with, like, being...
You felt like a little unsafe.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
So you were there...
No, that was the second worst, because I've actually got robbed at gunpoint.
Are you kidding?
No, I swear to God.
Oh my gosh, are you just saying this because it's going to be gold for the podcast? Or this is real?
No, this is real.
Bro, I really didn't know this.
I've never told you about this.
Seriously.
Yeah.
This is not recent, obviously. You're like, oh, it was last week.
Yeah, it's funny? I used to, when I was in high school and like post-high school a little bit, I used to go to parties in the sketchiest fucking neighborhoods, like South Central, Compton, for whatever reason. But when I was there, nothing happened. You know where I did get robbed at gunpoint?
Beverly Hills.
No, Woodland Hills.
Is it like Beverly Hills?
It's in the valley.
Holy shit, wait, are you serious, bro?
No, I'm
I didn't
dead
know
serious.
This. What happened?
Yeah.
Like, how old were you?
I was probably 19 or 20.
Bro, this is not to cut you off. This is just like why I mean this shit. If this podcast gets 0 views, if none of my, even though the first podcast dropped yesterday, we already have like 50 views or some shit, so maybe it won't get 0. But if this shit never really takes off, I truly believe this journey is gonna be so much fun, because it's like, bro, we're with each other a good amount. We talk a lot, and I'm still learning like new things and shit. I got you, and it's still learning, and still learning new things. And that's the thing. Like, from people that I'm close with and new people, I'm always learning, and that's just like fun, just like hearing all sorts of stories. So, anyways, in terms of the being at gunpoint, so break it down, bro. Sorry to cut you off. I'm just like fascinated that I'm learning this.
I'll break it down. Yeah, so this is back
Walk
in
us
the flyer party days, which maybe they're still out there, who knows.
They are.
But I would just hear about a party, and I'd be like, I'll tell one of my friends or a lot of my friends, hey, you guys want to go check this party out? They're like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. So I think this was like a venue that someone had rented out in the valley to throw some sort of like nightclub type party. So anyways, we go, and we're there for maybe a couple hours. We probably leave around 1 a.m.
I'm sorry, I'm not 100% sober. When did you say that? What time? And this is Woodland Hills. I just want to get all the details.
Yeah. So
and how old were you?
Woodland Hills. Yeah. I was 18 or 19, around there.
Okay.
And yeah, this was maybe at like midnight, 1 a.m. around that time.
And you're 26 now. We did leave the party early, right? You're 26.
I'm 27.
27.
Yep.
Atta boy, you're old man.
Hey.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Keep going. We'll get on that.
Anyways, so we leave the party. It's like me and my buddy Juan.
Last name Ton or?
Juan Ton. Oh, dude. I thought I had bad dad jokes.
No, I have the worst dad jokes.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Pa, 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 pa.
No, yeah, my buddy Juan, and we leave together, and we're just walking down to our car. We parked like maybe 4 blocks away, and these side streets were really interesting because they didn't have any sidewalks, and they didn't really have lights, so it's pretty dark. So we're just walking, and then all of a sudden this dude comes up behind us. He's like, hey. So he turned around, he like points a gun at us. He's like,
Holy
give me your shit.
Holy shit, bro. Wait, it's just y'all are walking.
Just
it's
us
12,
two.
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere? He just comes out of nowhere, pretty much?
Yeah.
Wait, so what did he say?
Give me your shit.
And he was behind you. So did you see him before you heard it, or you heard it and then turned?
So I heard it, turned around, then we see the gun pointing.
Wait, what was your thought right when you heard that? Like, what was your fucking thought? Like, did you think, like, you heard that, you're like, oh my gosh? Like, fuck?
I didn't think about any. I thought it was someone that was going to ask me for directions or some shit like that. Because back in the day, you kind of started to ask for directions.
Wait, did he say, give me your shit?
Give me your shit.
And then you turned around and your friend turned around.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, fuck. He's got a gun pointed at us.
Bro, he was pointing a gun at you or your friend? Or it's kind of like both? Like,
kind of like both.
Was he a big guy, a small guy?
He was taller than us.
Okay. Did he have a mask on?
No.
Wow. Midnight 1 a.m. Okay, keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I just immediately was like, all right, well, I'm going to pull out my fucking wallet, and I'd be like, all right, look, man, here, this is all I got. You know, I'm like fucking
So
nervous.
immediately in your head, your first thought is, oh my gosh, I'm definitely not going to fucking die. Take whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Smart. I feel like that's the right reaction.
Yeah,
You're not trying to fight a dude with a fucking gun. Do you want to give up your life for whatever's in your wallet?
No, I mean, I had $2 in there. I swear to God.
What if it was $50? What if it was $1,000? What if it was $1 million? It still doesn't matter. It's your life, right?
Well, I wouldn't carry $1 million in cash in my pocket.
True. That's like Mayweather shit.
I know, right? Does he actually do that?
Bro, there's videos of him with $1 million in cash.
Well, he also has like 6 big ass bodyguards with him. Because I've actually seen Mayweather.
Same.
But we'll save that for later.
Real quick. Yeah, I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. Keep going.
Okay. So he just pretty much tells me and him, like, hey, give me your shit. I pull my wallet and I'm like, all right, look here, man. All I have is $2. I swear to God, just.
He's like, are you fucking kidding me? Who only carries $2? You either have 0 or more than 2.
No, he's like, all right, what you got? You got phones and shit. And I'm like, yeah, look, it's just. So my buddy pulls out his phone. He's like, look, it's just some fucked up shitty phone. It was actually, you know, that phone that you could flip up as a. As a flip phone, but you can also flip sideways as like
a sidekick or whatever.
No, it wasn't a sidekick.
Oh,
it was just a phone that you could do
it was
that
a side
with.
flip kick.
It was kind of like a razor that you could flip. Normal.
I had the razor at one point.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was so cool too. That was my first phone, I think.
I never had it, but I thought it was cool.
Yeah, keep going.
So yeah, he was like, look, I just have this shitty phone. He's like, whatever. Like, all right, take your phone and. I gave him the $2 and he just walked away.
Wait, so you gave him the $2, gave him your phone?
I didn't give him my phone.
You didn't give the phone?
No, I was like, oh, look, I have some shit. Because after my buddy said, like, oh, look, I just have some shitty phone, I, like, halfway pull out my phone, like, yeah, my phone's a piece of shit, too, but here you can have it. And yeah, he didn't take it. Back in the day, sidekicks were in.
Wait,
so he really wanted a sidekick. I didn't have a sidekick. I had a Samsung Blackjack, which was, like, the knockoff version of a BlackBerry.
Oh, bro, I love BlackBerry. I had BlackBerry for a while before I finally got an iPhone.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you were a BlackBerry guy?
I had a BlackBerry Torch back in the day, which was the one that would slide up.
Oh, I wasn't that guy. I was the like old school BlackBerry where you type with your thumbs and shit.
Yeah.
I used to love that. And then
You're
I got
a
the
business
iPhone.
guy. You would be a fucking BlackBerry.
Yeah, I actually missed the BlackBerry. Did they go out of business? Or are they still in business?
I don't know, but I can't imagine anyone like getting a BlackBerry now.
I miss them. I would get one. I mean, I guess not because I don't have one.
Bring back the BlackBerry.
Bring back the BlackBerry. Bring back the BlackBerry.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Same. Wait,
I kind of miss having a physical keyboard.
Yeah, I do to an extent. I mean, I've gotten used to the iPhone, but when I first got the iPhone, I was like, this is not the move. But then you get used to it and you're like, oh, there's a lot you can do on this shit.
Oh, yeah.
So the dude literally turned down your offering of your fucking old school Samsung phone.
Yep.
And he turned down the offering of your friend's phone.
Yep.
Did your friend give him any cash too?
I don't remember, but at most he had like a few dollars.
You both just had a few dollars. This guy was like, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
I just made $4.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the funny part about it.
Did he wait? So then he just walked off? It's like, have a great day.
I have a great day.
No, I doubt it.
He like started walking backwards and kept pointing the gun at us.
Holy shit.
He was like, all right, get the fuck out of here.
He kept pointing the gun at you guys.
Well, yeah, he wanted to make sure that like, we both kind of went our separate ways, I guess.
Did you think you were going to die in all seriousness?
At some point I did, and I get in the car, I'm like, holy fuck, dude, that was so fucking nerve-wracking. And my buddy's just laughing his ass off. He's like, Dad, dude, we just got robbed. Like, he thought it was funny. I was like, dude, what the fuck? That's not funny.
Not funny at all. Do you think it was a nervous laughter, though, because he was just, like, in shock? Or he actually was just like, yeah.
I think it might be low-key of a nervous laughter because he's the type of dude where he doesn't like showing his weaknesses.
Yeah, because how could that be funny, bro? If anyone points a gun at you, like, did that in all seriousness, not to get all deep, but, like, did that, like, scar you in any way? Like,
not really. I mean, it was kind of a wake-up call in a way, but it wasn't, like, a life-changing moment.
It wasn't.
I don't think so. I mean, it was a bit of a wake-up call. Like the world is, like, fucking real and can be very fucking ugly. Yeah. But at the same time, I was like, all right, well, that does happen. And it kind of made me think, like, oh, shit, other people are going through that. Other people have probably gone through that multiple times. For some people, it might even be, like, a normal thing.
That's so
crazy.
Which is
fucked up.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
Kind of speaks to how fucked up the world can be.
Yeah, exactly. And you put that perfectly because you say not the world is, can be, because there is a lot of shit, but there's a lot of good too, thankfully.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. By the way, if at any point you want to refill the drink, you're welcome to, bro.
I will possibly in the next 5 minutes.
For sure. And you're welcome to refill mine, or I'll refill both.
See what he did there, guys?
Yeah. But, like, let's get back to the story a little bit, because I think all this is interesting, and that's fascinating, bro. I really didn't know that. I think, like, that's an interesting story. I mean, I'm obviously super fucking thankful that they didn't do anything, and because I would never have met you if you were ended that night. So I'm glad that guy moved along and took that $4 and yeah, no, that's crazy, bro. So back to kind of the journey. So, you know, started in Buenos Aires, and when you're 5, moved to the U.S. to Fullerton, California, and just a little, like, kind of what happened in between, like, anything you want to share. Just, you know, obviously you talked about, you know, you were walking around and not in the safest neighborhood once you moved to LA. And then what, in like high school, for example, did you know, like, were you playing sports in high school?
I was, yeah. So I did 3 years of football, so sophomore through senior year, and then senior year I also did swimming.
Oh, nice. So wait, so you did football and swimming?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you pretty? What position in football?
I started out playing tight end, and then I moved over to wide receiver and finished playing defensive end. And I'd say defensive end was probably my favorite position. I should have started playing that earlier. Like, I got a little bit of a crack at it when I was in JV, but I didn't really stick with it in a way. Like, I kind of saw myself more as a ball catcher than anything.
You like catching balls?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Did you purposely, like, were you waiting for a moment where you could throw that in there that you're a ball catcher?
I knew it was going to sound a little weird, but I was like, yeah, dude, I like catching the fucking ball.
I feel like you were literally waiting for that moment to say you're a ball catcher. So played football, and I mean, were you a big, like, into playing and watching, or were you just more so like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm big into both. Like, nowadays, I'm more into watching.
You still play
playing.
though?
I do, yeah. I play in the flag football league.
On the beach.
On the beach, which is also, like, co-ed and a lot of fun. We took this season off, by the way, but I'm hoping we get back next season.
Wait, so why did y'all take the season off?
Because the games are going to be Thursdays instead of weekends, which already makes it hard for people at work. And on top of that, like, some games start as early as 6. Which
6 a.m.?
No, 6 p.m.
Oh.
Which is pretty hard if, you know, some people are getting off work at 5:30. Sure. Some people even get off at 6. And some people work all the way in fucking Irvine or other cities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough then.
It is.
Yeah, so football, and then you were a swimmer?
I am.
A little bit?
Yeah,
oh, you say am like you still are.
I'm always going to be a swimmer, dude.
Fair.
Like, it's something it's like riding a bike, right? You never forget.
Yeah, true.
Another fucking very commonly used term, but it is true.
Right?
Kind of hard to forget how to swim.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I really liked it, actually. at first started off like, oh, why not? Like, I'll give it a shot, see where it goes. And I realized I really like competing and like going fast.
Do you like competing in general? Like not just So do you feel like in life even like you're always competing? Is it with yourself? Is it with others? Like where's your?
Yeah, I always feel like I'm competing against others because in reality we are like as human beings. Not to say I'm a super big believer in survival of the fittest, but it is kind of true, right? Like. If you're not working as hard as other people, unless you're born rich, you're probably not going to get to where you want to be.
Boom. Keep preaching, bro.
Yeah.
Keep preaching.
There we go.
Keep preaching. No, you're right.
Rabbi Sisro on the ones and twos.
That's right. Lucas Sisro, a.k.a. Rabbi Sisro on the ones and twos. Ooh. We got 2 Jews. This is you're my only Jewish friend in California, I think. Literally.
Actually, I think you're like my third. I don't have a ton of Jewish friends either in California.
Yeah, and like that's the interesting thing. We're both Jewish, and I mean, correct me if I'm mischaracterizing, but we're both Jewish, and we're both not very religious, but we both kind of feel somewhat strongly about like the culture and wanting it to live on, and also
absolutely,
and being very against anti-Semitism.
Oh, of course, and saving money.
Yeah, we're both about saving money.
Which is actually like what the original first 9 commandments were about, but then they're like, let's edit this.
Fair.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to incorporate more, not religion into my comedy, but, just, actually, I guess you could say I am trying to incorporate more religion into my comedy.
Interesting.
Just because it makes it more personal.
True. Oh, so you mean like Jewish jokes, because you're Jewish. Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
My thing is like, being Jewish, I'm sensitive if it's a joke from someone who's not Jewish. Kind of like probably a black person might be sensitive to a joke about black people if the person's not black that's saying the joke. But maybe if the person is black that's saying the joke, that black person might not be as sensitive. Obviously, everyone will feel differently.
Of course.
But that's how I feel, which is, a Jew joke by someone who's not Jewish, I'll probably feel kind of offended because I feel like it might not be coming from a good place. Jew joke from someone like you who is Jewish, I know it's coming from a good place, so it's like I'll find it funny. However, the one Jewish joke, and I think you actually will disagree with me on this, and I respect that. But the one like realm of Jewish jokes that like even someone Jewish, like it just like I wouldn't say it rubs me the wrong way, but I would say it rubs me the wrong way. I don't like it really. Is any jokes that have to do with the Holocaust, because it's like my great grandma literally was murdered in the Holocaust, and like my grandma, my dad's side, and grandpa both escaped. And I know you make jokes in that realm a little bit, maybe.
I have one.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm pretty sure you've heard it.
Yeah, I know. And so that's my one thing that, like, no matter who you are, if you say it, like, with you, it's like not gonna rub me the wrong way because you're literally Jewish, but I'm not gonna like find it really funny. But like I find a lot of your shit funny.
Okay. That brings up the question. You know what joke I'm talking about, and I'm not gonna say it on here.
I mean, bro, you can say whatever you want. This shit for real though.
I get that, but I'm not a
for real.
You know.
Oh, you don't want to put that out there. Okay, yeah. But I just want you to know you're not censored.
I want you to come to my show, baby.
Bro, but yeah, no censorship here. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, no. So I really wonder, how do you feel about that joke? Because it kind of, like, it touches on it. No?
Yeah, no. I don't, wait, I don't like anything that's in the Holocaust realm. Yeah, and once I just found out that my great-grandma was murdered in the Holocaust like 4 or 5 years or something, like fairly recently, considering I'm 29. Yeah. And really that, like, I was always kind of sensitive to it to an extent because I've always just thought in my head, it's like I'm not super religious, but it's like, why do so many people hate this group of people, Jewish people, who I know a lot of them, and you know, even though I have many Jewish friends in California, I know a lot of Jews and have Jewish friends elsewhere and family, and who are all for the most part very good people, and so it's just like frustrating when people are against Jewish people, but we don't need to go down that rabbit hole.
No. It's just I'm gonna say one thing about it.
Say whatever you want.
And I've brought it up to a lot of people that I feel guilty saying a joke like that, even though it doesn't get too deep into it. You know, it's still, you can still categorize it as a Holocaust joke. And you know what, a lot of people have told me? They're like, you have the right to say that joke.
Exactly, because you are Jewish.
Yeah, and you brought up a great point there, but then I also completely understand where you come from when you say it makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, a little bit.
Of course.
Well, if it's someone that's not Jewish, very. Like, if someone is just more so on the little bit side.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, of course.
I really
same about the intro video. Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, no, it's about keeping it real always. That's the key.
Yeah. For the record, we're gonna fight after this, guys. It's gonna be like a very rough, crazy breakup.
Yes. Yeah, no, this is one of my brothers from another. That's a cool thing too. Like when I so I have good friends where I'm from in Houston, and then a good amount of them have moved elsewhere, and have met friends in different places over the years, and but moving to a different state, you never know like who you're gonna meet and whatnot. But I probably have like 10 friends in total that are like my closest like 10 that like I feel like will for sure be in my life for life. Like you're now one of them, and yeah, bro, yeah, touch that heart. And I didn't think I would meet that many of them in California, frankly, and I've met a few, like you and Cal for sure, both on the list, as are a few others as well that I've met in California. Yeah, Dustin, Kyle, Max, all the homies, Mac. Hey. Yeah, shout out to the California brothers. But it's cool. Like, and I know you've lived in Buenos Aires, but you've been in LA obviously for most of your life. But either way, just it is nice. Just period when you meet great people that you really connect with.
Right, and you bring up a really good point. I wasn't expecting to meet like a friend that would end up becoming as good of a friend as you've become at such a what I consider kind of a latter stage of my life. Right. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm about to die tomorrow. Well, you never know. Knock on wood.
That's not wood, but we'll knock on
whatever.
This is fake wood right here.
Oh, here we go. Knock on fake wood.
Yeah.
Both. But yeah, you wouldn't expect to meet a friend that good at what 26. I was probably 26 when I met you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it was a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you realize that, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree. After college, it gets a lot harder to make friends. At least like genuine good friends,
mm-hmm. And I would argue, and you're right on that. And I'd also just argue in general, it's always hard to make genuine good friends. You're just around a lot more people in college and before, so it's just like more people around more often. But all in all, yeah, it's good to be picky with your friends. Absolutely. And appreciative when you find the great ones.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna get more now into your story, but I don't want to like hold you. Did you want to get the drink first, or do you want to get back in the story? I don't want to push you either way. You're good.
I do want to get the drink.
Did you? Because I felt the vibe of like you were ready for a little more drink. Like you finished that shit earlier. All right. So the audio's still on. This will be my first time doing this solo, but I'll figure it out. Thanks, bro. No problem. Yo, tell me something to talk about. What is it? Tell me. I'll just start talking about it. We're still recording nonstop. Remember, no editing. Just adding the intro. That's it. Failing? Cool. I like that. And did you get that because that poster right there?
I did.
Yeah. So the poster says, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. So I guess I'll talk about this poster. I've not always been the best at preparing, but I'd like to say I've always tried. And yeah, I think I have noticed that, if you don't prepare, your chances of success are a lot lower. And if you do prepare, your chances of success are a lot higher. Profound, I know. But preparation is key, whether you are trying to become a bodybuilder, whether you're trying to become a successful entrepreneur, whether you're... Gosh, this mic is crazy. I can hear him all the way pretty far right now. I could hear him making the drink. I think that's what I just heard. But... yeah, whether you are, a teacher trying to be the best teacher. Shout out to all the teachers out there. Like, whatever you are, you have to prepare. If you're a teacher, you got to prepare for your students. If you're an athlete, you got to prepare for that baseball game or for that basketball game or that softball game or volleyball. If you're an entrepreneur, you got to prepare for that meeting. If you're working somewhere, you got to prepare for that meeting, whatever the fuck it is. But preparation's a part of life, and I would argue that consistency in our day-to-day is how we prepare ourselves to be successful. In other words, consistently hitting the gym, consistently feeding our brains, consistently ensuring that we're living a balanced life, just living the right life to give us our best chance of success. That is a form of preparing. So, and then in terms of failure, I've had some success. I honestly haven't had that much success yet, unfortunately, but I feel like I will be very successful one day. I've had glimpses of success, and I've had tastes, and which is also why I just feel like everything's fucking possible. But I've also had some very real failure, and that failure has made me who I am today, which is someone who has been humbled, someone who came from like getting a lot of press as a kid and all sorts of cool offers and shit, and making a little bit of dough, and to someone who like has had some real failure. Like I was in the concert business at one point, booking concerts for rappers and shit, and decided to throw my own concert. Like lost all my money and friends' money, and feel really shitty about that. But I also know that it has taught me a lot, and I've had all sorts of little failures along the way, and little successes, I guess. And all failures teach you. One of the quotes that I've heard is fail forward. You want to always, when you fail, that means you just got to keep pushing forward. You fail forward. So you fail. That's okay as long as you're constantly pushing forward. That's a very real key in life. And when you fail, it's to realize that, it's a mindset. So you failed, and now it's up to you to decide, all right, do I fucking give up and I'm fail and I'm done? Or did I fail and do I keep fucking going? Do I learn from that failure? Learn from that failure and let it motivate you so you don't want to fail again. But know that you might fail again, that's okay. And that's not the end of you either. When you fail, you got to get the fuck back up and keep going. And everybody who has been successful has failed along the way. Nobody who's been successful has made it right away. If my memory serves me right, I feel like the KFC dude became really successful in his like 60s or some shit. I don't remember. It was really late in life, and there's all sorts of stories. Like, I'm sure everyone's heard. I think it was like the Walt Disney story where you got like turned down 100 times or some shit for funding or something. I mean, but the point is, there's all sorts of failure. Everyone fails. It's okay to fail. Just fail forward. Keep fucking pushing, and don't get too down when you fail. But also remember that preparing in life gives us our best chance for success. So I'm not sitting here coming from a point of huge success, so take it all with a grain of salt. I'm still on the journey, but I feel like I know a thing or two, and I've learned a thing or two, and I'm trying to keep talking until it comes back. But no, real shit though. Failure is a part of life. Failure is a part of success. Everyone deals with failure, and it's how we deal with it. So when failure happens, don't let it get the best of you. Know that this is just one step closer to you succeeding. And learn from it. Again, that's the biggest key. So it's like, why did that fail? Was it that you didn't try your hardest? Hopefully not. I know that, for pretty much every failure I have ever had, that was not the reason. It was not that I wasn't trying hard enough. I've always been someone that tries fucking hard. But I might have made a wrong move. So it's like, what was the wrong move? How do I make the right move next time? Bro, I just went on a little tangent. It was fun. Yeah, it was kind of fun. About failure, like you told me to. Oh, really? I went the whole time on that. Appreciate it, bro.
The times you failed, the times you've won?
Yeah, a little bit.
Spinning it into talking about the times you've won. Because you do that. You're a fucking politician.
Thanks, bro. But I wouldn't be a Democrat or a Republican. Appreciate it. Is this the same? Is this the same drink?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Thanks, bro.
No problem.
Yeah, no, it's bomb.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, the last one was. I'm assuming this one will be too.
Oh, let's see. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers, bro. Seriously, I appreciate you coming on. And again, I hope it would be really cool if, like, in either way, it's going to be fucking fun, no matter what happens to this podcast. But it would be really cool if, you come on this time, we get a good 20, 40, 50 views, whatever it is, something tiny, relatively speaking. And then you come on again, like, in 6 months, in a year. And at one point, you come on, and we're, like, getting several thousand views on every video, and then maybe tens of thousands, hundreds, who knows. But either way,
this guy thinking big.
Yeah, bro. But whether it becomes big or stays small, I want you as well on several podcasts, like I said to Cal. So
appreciate it, man. Happy to be here.
Thanks, bro. And like as you're seeing, it's just natural. Like we always talk, just having a good time. Just going in a few more things that we might not talk about always. So.
Absolutely.
So back to your story. So like, let's get into high school a bit. So you're in high school. At that point, what was your vision? Was your vision, first off, 100% going to college? Is that not even a question?
Yeah, actually, which is funny to think about now, because I think my mindset back then was, if you don't go to college, you have a very small chance of succeeding. Fair. Which is not true at all.
I agree with you on that it's not true. But a lot of people think it is true. Still,
you're forced to think that way because of the way our school system's designed, and because of the things that people tell you.
Preach.
Which is
society,
mainly your teachers. Exactly. Society is a broad term, but yeah, I mean,
true.
Your teachers are definitely going to tell you to go to college. Your college counselor, your high school counselor / college counselor is definitely going to tell you to go to college. Mm-hmm. Your parents are going to tell you. For the most part, some parents are like chill hippies. They're like, oh, whatever, dude, just smoke weed all day.
Yeah, that sounds nice. But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's it's totally almost kind of forced in your face.
Yeah.
So that's how I thought back in the day. And yes, I did think about going to college. I thought about being a sports writer first.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to be a sports writer?
Yeah, and then I found out how much they made. I'm like, fuck that. Which is not a good way to think.
To an extent, yes. To an extent, no. Because you have to be realistic. You have to have a career that's going to make you enough money to live. And if you are very ambitious, then you should probably go after a career that's going to make you kind of money you want to make. However, the happiness is the key at the end. So then it becomes like, well, what is going to make me most happy as well? So it's a balance. But with the sports writer, yeah, it's only the top guys actually make any money, right?
But see, that's the way to think, right? You got to think, if this is really your passion and you really think you're going to kick ass at this or enjoy doing this, then you're the next Adam Scheffner, right?
Wait, who?
Adam Scheffner?
I'm not here. There's the thing I told Cal too. I'm going to be very genuine on this podcast.
Okay, cool.
No fucking bullshitting at all. Like, I'm not gonna pretend I know who that is, because I don't.
Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith, yeah, I know
okay.
Stephen A. Smith.
So you gotta think.
I don't watch ESPN that much for full candor, but I do know Stephen A. Smith.
I don't watch it a ton either, but everyone knows who Stephen A. Smith is.
Yeah, of course. Stephen A. Smith's a funny guy, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
Did he play on the Rockets at one point? Old school?
I don't know.
I'm gonna fact check this. I don't know if he did. I want to say he did though. I'm gonna look it up.
Dude, I love it when that guy says, "Get off the weed." Oh, dude, that shit cracks me up. Yeah. Every time. But
keep going.
Where was I going with this? So I wanted to be a sports writer originally.
Okay. Yeah.
And I thought, they don't really get paid that much money. So I went with.
So you're like, this isn't the move.
So sports was like passion number 1. Then I went with passion number 2, which was cars.
Okay.
And by choosing cars, I was like, all right, I want to design cars. And so I chose mechanical engineering.
Wait, you chose... Sorry, I'm fucking looking this up. Did he not even play in the NBA? Or am I just... Wait.
I think you're just being...
I'm thinking of someone... There's a...
racist.
Wow. Yeah, I thought Stephen A. Smith played for the Rockets way back when. Is there another... There's got to be. There's somebody on ESPN that used to play for the Rockets.
Probably.
Sam Cassell? Bro, I don't know.
Sam Cassell? That sounds...
Sam Cassell played for the Bulls, too. Is that right?
I don't know much
don't
about
test my fucking
NBA.
sports knowledge.
NFL, though, you can test
So if you want to be a sports writer, you would have written for the NFL. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure. And probably the Lakers as well. Because I'm still a huge Lakers fan, but I was definitely following them a lot closer back in the day.
I'm not a Lakers fan, but you might think I was by the color of this podcast logo and everything, the gold and purple, black and white.
Look at him giving himself a plug like that.
Trying to be wise with B Weiss featuring Lucas Sisro.
Ooh. Colors are put. Anyways. Yeah, so I was like, all right, well, I'll just design cars, whatever.
Well, you wanted to design cars.
Yeah.
Interesting. What made you want to do that? I mean, you're passionate about cars.
What made me want to do that? You ready?
Yeah.
It's going to sound so stupid.
Sure.
The Fast and the Furious.
That's legit, bro. Bring the mic a little closer. Yeah. No, that's legit. Fast and the Furious.
I saw that movie, dude, and I was like, dude, I love the way they, like, tricked out their cars and how they can get so much fucking speed out of a tiny little Honda.
Rest in peace, that dude died, right?
Oh, Paul Walker?
Paul Walker.
Yeah, dude, rest in peace.
Didn't he die driving a Porsche?
Driving a car really fast, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a Porsche or not, but he did die driving a car very fast.
Damn, bro.
But at least he went out doing what he loved.
Exactly, that's true.
Can't knock him for that.
True, you can't.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why you wanted to go in that route.
I did. And so I went to, started applying to colleges, and I was like, all right, I'm going to major in mechanical engineering.
He died, unfortunately, in a Porsche Carrera GT.
It's a very nice car.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
You know a lot about cars. I don't know shit about cars. Yeah, I really don't.
I know a good amount.
Yeah, well, we'll get on the car topic for a second. So, you're a car guy. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite car?
Oh, man, that's such a tough question.
But give me a tough answer.
Oh, okay. What is my favorite car?
How's that lavender smell, by the way? Is that one? That one's automatic. It just keeps blowing. That one. Can you hand me that with the little pencil? It does look like a pencil thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think I might need to press it for it to go. No, not that. The little black thing. Yeah, that.
Oh,
yeah.
it looks like a pencil sharpener.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Like when you're trying to flex in the middle of class.
Did you do
Yeah.
that? You
Dude,
tried flexing
who did
in
it?
class?
I mean, not flexing. Like, you know, I mean, flexing isn't like showing off.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
Sometimes Ben is just too much of a white boy and you gotta explain these things to him.
That's why I have my Argentinian
Nah,
brother.
I'm just playing. He's way cooler than me. This
No,
guy used
no.
to tour with fucking rappers.
Doesn't make me cool, though.
I think so.
Thank you.
All right. Anyways.
Cool. So we'll go back to the cars because I do want to stay on your story actually.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, because your story is interesting. So and I want to get all the way to the comedy. So high school, you're thinking for sure going to college.
Mm-hmm.
At first you're like sports writer, but then you're like fuck, can't make enough money. Then you're like, all right, I want to be a car designer because I saw this Fast and Furious movie and this shit looks awesome.
Well, it's not just that. It's like that, and then I start going down the rabbit hole. I'm like, okay, I want to go fucking buy a nice car, trick it out, do this and that. I don't end up doing that, by the way. But, you know, you start going down that rabbit hole where you start really appreciating those type of cars. By the way, to answer your question, my favorite car is probably a Nissan Skyline R34.
Nissan Skyline R34?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
So it's a car that, if my knowledge is correct, you can only get it from Japan. Like the steering wheel's on the right hand side. It's the one. Have you seen all the Fast and the Furious movies?
I have not.
Okay. So, have you seen Too Fast, Too Furious?
I feel like I've seen a few random ones. I don't even know which ones I've
Have
seen.
you
I've definitely seen
the
some.
first one with Tyrese?
I saw one with Tyrese in it. Was he not in all of them though?
He was in most of them.
Most
but
of
the
them?
first one, he
was
in
the
first
one. He's in. I think I've seen a few, and he's been in the ones that I've seen. I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was in the second one where he
Okay.
drives a convertible.
Okay.
But anyways, in the very beginning of the movie, Paul Walker, who in that, I forget his character in the movie. How do I not remember that? Oh, Brian.
Okay.
Brian Spillman. He has a Nissan Skyline like the one I like. Not that the one he had was great. I mean, it could have been done better, but that car is just amazing. It's something about it. The design is beautiful. It's a really fast car, especially if you trick it out right. I've seen people get 1,000 horsepower out of it. Of course, they throw a fuck ton of money into it, but
I know nothing. What about car?
You know
what,
what horsepower
1,000?
is?
Yeah. But like,
Okay.
is 1,000 really good?
1,000's amazing.
1,000's amazing. What's good?
Good?
Horsepower.
Good is like 400.
400.
400 is like
So 1,000
pretty fast.
stupid good.
Yeah. I mean, the only production car, or it might have changed, but at the time, the only production car that had 1,000 horsepower was the Bugatti. And that had like a 16-cylinder engine.
Isn't that like $1 million car?
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Jeez.
it was
I
a
think Birdman has a Bugatti.
$1.5 million car.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's insane.
If you had, how much money would you need to have in your bank account to be comfortable buying a Bugatti?
That's a very good question.
Only kind of question I know to ask. And I love that both my guests so far have said that, so I'm just going to clip all this shit.
Ooh.
That's a very good question.
That's a very good question.
Keep going.
I would say at least 100 mil.
At least 100 mil to spend $1.5 million on a car. I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I would literally ever, even if I had 100 mil, spend $1.5 million on a car, but I feel like if I had 100 mil, I feel like I wouldn't sweat that too much. Pay $1.5 million if you had 100.
Right.
Right? And you're still making money.
Well, another thing is, you at that point you either like lease it or rent it, right? Because how long?
Do you rent? You would lease? You would lease?
You can lease a
fucking
car
Bugatti?
like that. Yeah.
Really? What's the lease on that shit?
I mean, it's probably like 20 grand a month.
But it's still a lot less than putting
Then
$1.5
putting
million
1.5
down.
mil. Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like if you have that nice of a car, shouldn't you be able to own it? Like, if you have that car, like, should you be leasing it? Because, or else, it's like, if you can afford to lease that, then you should be able to afford to own it.
Right.
Right? Like, or else you should, if you can't afford to own it, but you can afford to lease it, then you should probably use that money elsewhere, because you probably shouldn't be leasing it then. Does that make sense?
Well, it depends how you look at it, right? Because a car is one of the most rapidly depreciating
Right when it
assets you
drives
can
off
have.
the lot.
Yeah. And you got to think about it. What's the resale market for a Bugatti? Who's gonna buy a used Bugatti?
Birdman doesn't want a used one. He's getting a new one.
Exactly. Well, actually, I don't know, because no one's gonna question you on whether that Bugatti is used or not.
True, right? No one's gonna. Yeah, they're gonna be.
What
like,
is he gonna go on the Breakfast Club and they're gonna be like, "Hey, so I heard you got that new Bugatti."
Did you see him on the Breakfast Club?
Or used? Huh?
Did you see?
I haven't. No.
Did you hear about that, or you just brought that up randomly?
No, I brought it up randomly because I know the Breakfast Club is one of the most like popular ways to see a rapper's interview.
Not only that, he had like one of the most popular videos ever on the Breakfast Club.
Oh, he did.
You didn't know that, bro?
You did. The one where he said like, "Put some respect on my name."
Yeah, put some respect on my name.
Yeah. And I respect that he said that because
he doesn't want people talking shit.
No.
All right.
And I also like the way he says, "Put some respect on my name."
Put some it was respect. Yeah. I mean, I feel like should definitely play this for the audience, right?
He calls out Charlemagne, right?
Yeah, he called him out. Charlemagne's funny. He's an interesting character. I would love to get to have him sit in that chair and talk to him. He seems like a cool ass dude. You know what? I'm gonna do my fucking very best to get him on the podcast.
That would be awesome.
I don't think I had him on the list yet. I'm gonna add him. All right, here. Should we play this?
Yeah.
I should fast forward. It says, warning, this interview contains explicit language.
Oh, perfect.
This shit off straight, telling all three of y'all stop playing with my name. Let's go on there, let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name. Let's do it on camera. Stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it on there. Nigga, when my name come up, respect it. Let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name. All three of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlemagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
He done cursed us out. Tell him, get it off your chest, Birdman. Cause I don't understand the angle. Like what? I did it already. So why come here? I did it already. I'm here. So what's happening? I mean, it's all good, but I'm saying why? Man, I'm here. What's happening? I'm all good, but I'm saying why come here just to curse us up? What's happening, man? I wanted to see you. I wanted to talk to you, your man, in your face. Absolutely. You understand me? I knew a few places you was at. I could have pulled up, but I don't thought that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man and tell you how I feel. Okay. You understand me? Straight up like a man. So what's the issue? Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop. Put some respect on my name.
I was waiting for that. Put some respect.
My name, put some respect on it.
Put some respect on my name.
Hold on. I still don't get the context of it, though.
I'm the radio guy.
So,
I'm the radio guy. Don't act tough with the radio guy, my nigga.
I think what happened is, I don't really remember exactly, but I think like maybe Charlemagne had talked some shit or something on the radio, and then he came in and he was like, "What the fuck?" You know, like put some respect on my name.
Maybe.
But yeah. So back to the topic. I'm glad we got off there though. That was nice. So the cars, Bugatti. That's how we got to Birdman. I like where we're going with this. We're going all over. So you decided just backtrack a little bit. We're gonna flow around. This is how this podcast is always gonna be. We're gonna hit so many different points. I think it's gonna be interesting at all points. Maybe not every. I think every. And there's entertainment and some value. Here we go. So going back to it, you were like, all right, I'm not. Why was car designing not the move?
Oh. It ended up not becoming the move.
Why is that?
Because I discovered medical devices.
Interesting.
Yeah, so let me kind of...
Bro, do whatever you want. Back up, do whatever you want.
So, I'm in college, right?
Wait, that's fast forwarding. We were still in high school. Yeah, wait.
No. I'm backing up to why I didn't end up, like, designing cars.
Gotcha.
Because I did end up going to college and majoring in mechanical engineering.
Boom.
And getting a degree in it, but like I didn't do it as a career. And I'll tell you what. At some point I was like working for Honda doing tech support. I was like, okay, I'm pretty fucking close to working as an engineer for, some sort of car manufacturer. So I was like applying internships. Couldn't get any in the automotive field.
While you were applying internships, were you were doing this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nice. To anyone who's just listening, he was doing like a little distance.
Old Town
Road. I'm gonna Till I can't no more. I got
Anyways,
the horses in the back.
Dun, 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 dun. Love that song.
Yeah, solid song.
Anyways, yeah, I was like, I thought I was pretty close, but I didn't get any internships in that. But I did get an internship working for the Navy.
For the Navy?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like in their engineering department.
So do you tell people you were in the Navy?
No, I don't. I would never try to take credit for being in the military.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Like,
Except for that time I got free drinks. No,
you're like, let me clarify this. Didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
But you were in the Navy. You were an intern in the Navy.
I was interning for the Navy.
There you go.
And at some point, I had always like been kind of interested in medical devices and just thinking like, damn, dude, I could engineer some sort of device that's like help save someone's life without being a doctor.
Interesting, because you were like, no way do I want to be a doctor, but I do want to help people. So there is an avenue I'm interested in.
Exactly. So I was like, well, from a very like kind of fucked up way, I was like, well, I can either continue working for the Navy or some sort of other like defense company and help kill a bunch of people, or I can work for a med device company and help save a bunch of people. So I was like, I'm gonna go with option B. I
love it.
Yeah, so I ended up like getting like an internship in pharma, and that led to an internship in med device, and that's kind of how I got to where I am today.
So internship in pharma, and then internship with a med device company.
Mm-hmm.
And so what are you doing? Like, what is your job? What does your day-to-day look like?
So I'm in sales now for medical device. It's not selling to hospitals. I'm actually selling contract manufacturing services. So if you have a catheter you want to design and you have no idea how to do it, or you've already designed it and you need someone to manufacture for you, you call me and I hook you up with the right people.
Legit. So you're connecting them with who they need to actually manufacture.
Exactly.
So what types of companies do you go after?
You know, like the biggest medical device companies out there.
The big ones.
Well, that do catheter based.
So catheter is the main. What is a catheter exactly?
A catheter is a medical tube that can be used to either retrieve blood. It could be used to deliver fluids, to deliver a valve, to ablate, or in other words, get rid of things that are inside your arteries that
like Jack
can
in the
be
Box,
causing blood clots.
Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout out Jack in the Box at every podcast somehow.
All right, from a very high level, if you eat enough Jack in the Box, your arteries are like this, but they're gonna get filled with a bunch of plaque.
Damn.
And so at some point they completely clog up, and then you have like a heart attack or a stroke, and bad things can happen if you eat a lot of Jack in the Box or other types of like fast food, assuming you don't exercise enough. If you exercise enough, you can eat it every day.
Can you?
I think so.
Bro, this is not.
It'd be a good experiment, because all right, you remember that movie Super Size Me?
Yeah.
That guy
he ate McDonald's every day.
Yeah, but he didn't work out.
He didn't work out, and he got super unhealthy, didn't he? Like, he gained a ton of weight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His, like, you know, everything went, his sex drive went down.
Damn,
he
that sucks.
Was lazier, whatever.
Sucks.
But let's say you did Super Size Me
and worked out every day
for like 2 hours.
2 hours, you said?
Yeah, or so let's make it extreme. 3 hours.
Okay, wait, so you just mean do it 3 hours a day?
1.5 hour workouts.
Okay.
A day. Do you think that person would be healthy? I think they'd still be pretty fucking healthy.
I mean, I'm definitely no doctor, but I feel like I work out a good 2 hours a day usually, and I don't eat Jack in the Box every day by any means, but
but you look like an Abercrombie model.
Oh, thank you, a really ugly Abercrombie model. But yeah, bro, like I think what I've learned is definitely eating, I'm trying to learn more about it for sure, but eating has real effects on how you feel and how you look.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. But I feel like, if, let's say you're eating Jack in the Box and you're not always getting a burger, right? Every now and then you get a salad, you get some chicken.
You go to Jack in the Box and get a salad?
I don't, but people out there do that.
Those are scary people. I don't want to be friends with anyone that's getting a salad at Jack in the Box. I'm sorry.
You think they're serial killers?
For sure. I mean, like, I want any visitor we can get, any viewer. I appreciate you. Unless you go to Jack in the Box and get a salad, you can gladly turn this off.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I still love you. No, I don't know, actually. Salad at Jack in the Box?
You can't really trust someone that does that.
Exactly. That's just a little weird.
Yeah.
Who does that? I mean, I get the chicken. I do chicken. I'll do spicy chicken sandwich or the chicken nuggets, or their burritos are decent with eggs and shit.
Their buttermilk ranch, dude. Oh.
Bro, real shit. There's a decent chance you and I, after this later, are going to get some Jack in the Box.
Oh, yeah.
It is Friday
we can
night.
Walk there.
Oh, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get a little more drink in us. I think it's open till 2 or 3 on a Friday. Which
hell
it's a Friday. It's like not even 12
That's
yet.
Great.
We're good.
I think the last time I went to that Jack in the Box, I think I had gone out to the Sandpiper right after.
Shout out to the Sandpiper. That's an epic spot in Laguna Beach,
It
California.
is. It's pretty cool.
So it's been around since the 70s. And the
70s.
Yeah, the 70s. It's been around for a while. So supposedly it was their grandma, the guys who are running it now, who founded it. And it's been passed down different generations. Just keep running the show. And it's all family that runs it. It's a local dive bar. And it's like kind of famous in town. People come when they visit Laguna Beach. They have to go to Sandpiper. And the nickname for the Sandpiper is the Dirty Bird. Right? How weird is that? I still don't even know what the point of it, like where that came from.
We should go find out tonight.
Bro, I'd be down. Just walk in.
Night, yeah.
Okay. So we'll go in. And because it's right next to Jack in the Box.
It is.
We'll just be like, yo, we're just really curious. Why the nickname? We talked about you on our podcast, and we really just want to know so we can tell the people in the next podcast.
Yeah.
It's cool, though.
Then we'll have 2 listeners.
Ooh, I would love that. Oh, bro.
2 very special
bro,
people.
I'm just picking up moms. So, like, Cal's mom listened last time. My mom listened. Now your mom will hopefully listen. So, you're like, I'd never say.
Nah, it's all cool.
Yeah,
love
bro.
you,
So we'll have 3. Yeah. I'm sure your mom is amazing. She raised you. I'm sure your dad is amazing as well.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't had the privilege of meeting your parents yet. I have met your brother, which is really cool.
Oh my god, guys, should he meet my parents soon? Oh my god, I'm like not sure.
Bro, it's been like I think over a year and a half, and like we're like really fucking good friends and like brothers, and we have each other's back. So like I feel like we should eventually I should meet your parents, bro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know what, dude? You should come over for like Passover dinner. Or
Yeah,
like
that would be some real shit.
dope.
That was interesting. So like having a fucking like what is it? A Spanish Jewish like that's so interesting. So are y'all speaking Spanish and Hebrew? Like, what's going on?
I mean, we've never spoken Hebrew because no one in my family, like, really, not in my immediate family, speaks Hebrew. But there's others in my family that
do
can speak it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, God, who can actually speak Hebrew in my family? That's a good question.
Do some of your family still live in Buenos Aires?
Yeah,
a good amount, right?
Or no? I got an aunt and uncle, 2 cousins there.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I go visit them every time. Actually, I stay with them every time I go out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's dope.
Like, how often do you go back?
So I've only gone back 2 times since I moved away.
Really?
Actually, yeah. So I went back once when I was like 18 or 19. Which was awesome because that was my first time back, and I was like, holy shit, this is
what an age, right?
Yeah.
What was that like? Like, first time you're back, you hadn't been back since you were a little 5-year-old kid. Now you're 18 or 19, you know a lot more about the world. Like, what is that? What's that moment feel like?
It was amazing. Because, well, for starters, like, outside of Mexico, I had never been in another country at the time. Right, so this was only my 3rd foreign country. And I was like, okay, like I'm really excited to see what this is all about. Dude, their food's amazing, first off.
Oh, I believe that, because, I mean, you've cooked for me multiple times before. You can fucking cook, by the way, bro.
Thank you.
You cook that meat.
Oh, dude, it's a passion of mine. It's crazy how, I don't want to say I was born with that passion, but I feel like in a way I was, just because I naturally like gravitate towards meat. Like, yeah, I grew up eating a lot of meat.
You like sausage? Sorry, bro. So you feel like, though, and that's an interesting point, if we can go on that a little bit. So like you feel even at a really young age, like you already felt a calling to cooking or meat? You just love eating meat? Or
yeah, I mean, when did I really start grilling? I started grilling when I was like maybe 15.
Really? That's pretty young.
And here, funny reason why, actually. So we had just gotten our first grill, and I really like Philly cheesesteaks.
Bro, can we fucking find Philly cheesesteaks tomorrow, if not tonight? I want a Philly cheesesteak. The second you just said that, I'm like now craving it, bro.
Right?
That's the thing with me in food. I hear or see something, and I want it right then.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not kidding, bro.
I love Philly cheesesteaks.
Bro, same. Can we have that tonight?
We gotta have some around here.
Bro, keep talking. I'm going to look on DoorDash.
Okay,
all
cool.
Right. Yeah. I'm being dead serious.
So...
It is late, though.
I really like Philly cheesesteaks. So I
really
was
like Philly cheesesteaks. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I can get like the fucking meat for it and throw it in the microwave, which they have as frozen food.
Yeah.
Or I could grill it.
Ooh.
So I bought like the little thin strips of like Philly cheesesteak meat.
Oh, so they come like that? You don't have to chop it up or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. They come in like really thin strips and grill it. Yeah. And it's funny because the grill has the lines, so you got to be really careful. You don't.
So it doesn't go through.
Yeah, go through. So I'm making it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, I like kind of grilling meat. And my parents were like, hey, like, we really want to eat these things called lomitos.
Lomitos.
It's a filet mignon sandwich.
Ooh.
I shit you not. It's very simple. It's filet mignon, French bread, tomato. Maybe throw a little mayonnaise on there. Maybe throw a little salsa criolla, which we make.
Mayonnaise and salsa. What do you say? Canocha?
Salsa criolla.
Salsa criolla?
Criolla.
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 Yeah.
What is that? What's the
like,
difference between that and normal salsa?
It's like the Argentinian version of pico de gallo.
Which means what then? What's the Argentinian version of pico de gallo? What's the difference?
Yeah. Tomato, onion, red bell pepper, and olive oil.
Boom.
And just a tiny bit of vinegar.
Boom.
You mix it all up.
Boom.
It's fiery. So you throw it on the sandwich. Anyways, so my parents were like, hey, we want to eat some of these. Like, this is...
You were 15 at the time?
I'm like maybe 16, 17 at this
Okay,
point.
when you were making that. Gotcha.
Well, yeah, so first...
But you started at 15 is when you were born. Gotcha.
So first my dad started making them on the grill. But my dad's like pretty impatient.
Is he a good chef though?
No.
No?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to like talk shit or anything, but it's not that he's a bad chef.
He's a great guy though. Let's throw that out there.
He doesn't cook.
Okay, doesn't cook. But let's throw out that he's an amazing guy. I'm assuming he is.
Oh, he's an amazing guy. I love my dad.
Legend. Cool.
All my family. Yeah. Anyways, so he gets pretty impatient. So instead of like letting it sit on the grill like in not so heavy heat, he like throws it in the middle of the grill where it's super fucking hot, and then it gets burnt, comes out all dry. I'm like, Dad, no. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'll cook it, whatever.
Yeah,
like, let me get it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay. Like, this is better.
Yeah.
But it still was kind of dry. I was like, it's still not that great.
Yeah.
We had a gas grill. I was like, dude, you gotta go charcoal.
Bro, you're all about the charcoal.
I'm all about charcoal and wood.
Oh, you're actually more about the wood.
Yeah.
You're more about the wood. That's what you're talking about more.
So I like getting lump charcoal, which is pretty much the same as wood.
Okay.
Wait,
but which one is though? Like, because I feel like you've talked about wood more, no? Or like last time we had ribs, did you do it wood or was it charcoal?
When we had ribs, I did wood.
It was wood
because I smoked them.
It was so good.
I mean, you can smoke with charcoal as well, but it's better to smoke with wood.
What's the difference?
So charcoal is, I mean, it's processed, right? So it's not 100% natural. Mm-hmm. It's not like a fucking vegan hippie now, but it really isn't, as natural as wood is.
Yeah.
And, when people started smoking meat, they do it with wood.
Yeah, makes sense.
Or they did it and still do it with wood.
Yeah.
But you use charcoal typically as a base to get the wood fired up.
Gotcha.
Anyways, so yeah, I introduced like a charcoal grill into the mix, and then it started tasting a lot better, and my family started loving it. I started cooking different types of meats.
Ooh.
And now I still do those barbecues, not as often now because we all gotta watch our figure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love it, dude.
Bro, what's your favorite kind of meat to cook? You obviously have cooked great ribs. You've cooked brisket.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bro, last 4th of July, which is coming up soon. You cooked some bomb meat. Oh my gosh,
yeah.
Bro! Do you want to do that again this 4th of July?
I'm down.
Bro, let's go in. Let's get some meat.
Yeah.
That sounds epic.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Keep going. I'm getting comfy.
My favorite type of meat. That's so hard, because there are a ton of
you just love
meats
meat
out there. Yeah, I'd say my favorite is probably All right, it depends. Are we talking about grilled or are we talking about smoked?
What's the difference?
So smoked is like you cook it with smoke using a smoker. It takes hours, right? It's a very slow process, and the meat comes out super tender. Sometimes you throw a little barbecue sauce on it. It's just a different style of cooking versus grilling, where you just grab a piece of meat and you throw it on the grill. I mean, you can get a little more creative. You can sear it and then slow cook it, or vice versa.
So there's certain kinds of meats you always grill, certain kinds of meats you always smoke?
Yeah. So like a brisket, right?
Which one? Yeah, no, for a brisket you go smoke or grill.
Oh, yeah, you smoke.
Oh.
I mean, well, I think Jews actually do oven-baked brisket too. But if we're going like grilling versus smoking, you typically smoke a brisket.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, you slice it up. It's super tender. I mean, you've had brisket. You're from Texas.
Yeah, exactly. I love brisket, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Brisket with a great barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Exactly.
By the way, I looked up Philly cheesesteak. All the places that have them are closed right now.
Of course.
Yeah, but Jack in the Box is still open. Just throwing that out there.
Same Philly. Dude, Philly. I've actually had cheesesteaks in Philly.
Were you in Philly for work or what?
I was, yeah. I had the internship with the Navy. That was in Philly.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. How long did you live in Philly?
3 months.
Okay, so just 3 months.
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you love about it? The Philly cheesesteaks.
What I love about them?
Yeah, no. What do you love about Philly? I mean, the Philly cheesesteaks, obviously.
The Philly cheesesteaks, obviously.
What's the Lincoln?
It was a smaller city.
Yeah.
Which I thought was cool because, there's less places to go, but then it's also more accessible. What else was cool about it? The food was amazing. Other than the Philly cheesesteaks, they had a really good Italian neighborhood that had a ton of amazing Italian restaurants.
Bro, I love Italian food.
Dude, me too.
Oh, what's your favorite Italian dish?
Oh, favorite Italian dish? God, I'd have to say it's either fettuccine alfredo.
You say that in a very interesting way.
Fettuccine alfredo.
Yeah, I just say fettuccine alfredo. You're like fettuccine alfredo.
Whoa.
What is the difference? I feel like maybe you're saying it right and I'm saying it wrong.
Maybe.
I don't know, but the way you say it makes it sound even better.
But what's right, really?
Good point.
Yeah.
But it sounded great. Yeah, fettuccine alfredo is amazing. What about what else?
I really like. I don't know if this is a traditional Italian dish, but I really like spinach ravioli with pink sauce.
Ooh, what is pink sauce?
Actually, no, I just thought of what my favorite is. My favorite is bolognese.
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 What about chicken marsala?
That's good.
It's bomb.
Bro. I really like. Have you had veal scallopini?
I don't know if I have.
Oh,
I almost never have veal.
So it's very thin veal.
Okay.
And then it's cooked in a wine lemon caper sauce.
Interesting. See, a lot of people seem to cook with some sort of wine or beer. Mm-hmm. I haven't done any cooking with wine or beer yet, but I'm interested.
Either.
You haven't?
I mean, no, I have. I used to use red wine for my bolognese.
Red wine.
Which I haven't done in a long time because I've been trying to cut out carbs, and that's carb central. But then you can also make it work if you use veggie noodles or wheat noodles.
Veggie or wheat noodles? Mm-hmm. How do you cut out carbs? By eating In-N-Out right before this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm such a fucking hypocrite.
Bro, no, it's cool. I'm the same way. I'm eating healthy, but then I fuck it up. But that's the thing. It's just balance, bro.
Well, you gotta have cheat days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people, literally, the intense people are eating super healthy 7 days a week. Then you have the people who are eating shit 7 days a week. I think the right way is eating healthy a good amount of the week and then eating shit a little bit.
Right?
I mean, isn't that right? Isn't it?
I think that's 100% right. And just to put it in perspective, he has abs, right?
No,
I've seen him eat shit at times.
Yeah, thank you.
But he has abs.
I don't have abs. Yeah, but I'm not fat. Yeah.
But
yeah, but my love bug's gone down. It's all about balance. The eating shit, I guess, doesn't hurt as bad as long as you're still working out.
Absolutely.
And shit. Yeah, which is the big thing. Just being active. How often do you go to the gym?
In a normal week, and I say normal because I travel a lot.
You do, and we should get into that too. But yeah.
I go 3 to 4 times.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I think you should try to hit that 5 number, though.
It's good, but not great.
It's not great. You should be at that 5. Get to the 5. But 3 to 4 is better than a lot of people, and 3 to 4 is pretty good.
Yeah.
That is. The only reason I say get that 5 is just like, I tell everybody that I care for, it's just like, bro, or sis, like, at the end of the day, like, whoever you are, please, like, go to the gym. Like, it's not about physical shit in my head. It's about the head. I truly, dude, it was 2 days ago, I think it was, where I didn't go to the gym, and I legitimately just didn't feel, like, fully right. When I don't go to the gym, I don't feel my full self. I don't
either.
Right?
Dude, I kid you not, I start to get, like, anxiety when I don't go to the gym.
1,000%. Even borderline, like, not depressed, but just like you don't feel as happy. You don't feel as good.
Blues.
You get the blues a little bit.
It's crazy. Like
just one day.
Sometimes I sit there, I'm like, why do I have the blues? And I think, oh, I haven't worked out. Maybe it's that. And then I work out. I'm like, fuck, dude, I feel a lot better.
Bro, 4 words, and I just counted in my head and used my fingers too to call myself out to make sure it's 4 before I said 4.
Okay.
But 4 words: stay in the light. And what I mean by that is literally getting outside and just being in the light, and getting outside and being places, getting outside, going to the gym, just like stay in the light. That's how you feel like your best. When you, especially like you work from home as well often, like you got to stay in the light, which means, in my opinion, it's good to be alone sometimes, and never alone too much. And you need to get outside. You need to be moving around. You need to stay in the light. You know? I feel like I was about to freestyle. Stay in the light.
Oh, yeah.
This shit is so bright. It's my first freestyle. And our dreams are in sight. I think I'm about to flow. I think I'm about to go. We start small, and then we fucking grow. That's a book I wrote. And I ain't Joe King. I ain't a fucking king. Trying to get the ring. Trying to get some bling to give it away. This is what I say. Do this every day. And I lay in my bed, and then I wake up. And I do this shit like I don't have a pup. Yup. But I will one day, because I love dogs. Chirp, chirp. And I love frogs. That's all I got right now.
I love how you said, and I love dogs, and then you go, chirp, chirp.
Chirp, chirp, but I ain't a frog or some shit. I don't even know, but I eat Peter Pitt. It's what I writ, it's what I wrote. I'm not on a boat. It's always kind of hot in this room. I ain't never going to wear a coat. First freestyle of the podcast. I feel right doing it with you.
Yeah.
Felt right. It felt right.
I bring that out of you, right?
You do.
Yeah.
You do. You chop and screw. Talking about the blue. Zzz. All right. So, about the blues. Something we never want to have, but it happens. But one of the biggest ways to get out of it is to work out. It is. Yeah. It is. It's staying in the light, getting outside. Let's get back to your story a little bit. So, because I want to work the way we've barely even touched on the comedy yet.
Oh, yeah.
And that part's very interesting. So you, you're in college. What was your major?
Mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering was the major.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what was your vision at that point? Like, did you know where you wanted to go from there?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I wanted to go towards like designing cars.
Oh, so still at that point we're talking. So in college you were still thinking designing cars.
Yeah, I didn't really kind of switch paths into going to medical device until my senior year of college.
Gotcha. When you saw the opportunities that were there.
Yeah, it wasn't really more about the opportunities. It was more about just what I wanted to do.
Because again, you wanted to help people but didn't want to be a doctor.
Yeah. And it also didn't help that most of the jobs for automotive engineering are in the middle of the fucking country. Oh, not that it's a bad thing, but it's like, dude, I don't want to live in Ohio or Michigan.
Hey, but for everyone who's in Ohio, Michigan, we got much love for you.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm talking shit on other states.
No, everyone knows their preferences.
I mean, after traveling like a good part of the country, I feel like California really is the best state, if not one of the best states.
I agree, and that's our opinion. You know, people, based on what you want, some people would probably disagree with us because, like, if they want certain things that California doesn't have, another state might have. But I would agree with you on that personally. I've lived in Texas, Arizona, and California, and traveled a decent amount of places. Not a ton in the U.S., but a little bit. And for whatever it's worth, yeah, definitely, I would agree in terms of just like for what I personally want, which is like, you know, and I think I've done a better job, by the way, of not saying like as much, which I did a lot on the first podcast. I've been holding back, but I just caught myself right there. So I hope I've been pretty good until now. But That's damn. I was trying so hard not to lose my train of thought. I feel like I kind of lost it a little bit.
Did it veer off?
It did, but don't even tell me what I was saying because I feel like I want to catch myself right now. I'm gonna get right back on the track wherever it was.
You want to check yourself before you wreck yourself?
Check myself before you wreck yourself. Damn, I might need some help. Where was I exactly? Let's see if you were listening.
I was listening.
What was I saying? What was the last thing I said?
The last thing you said was said.
Oh, solid. Where the fuck were we? Yeah.
We were just talking about how
it's gotta happen to be at least one. I'm not trying to talk
shit on other states.
Oh, there you go. Fair.
I really find the beauty in every place.
Yeah. True. And you've been to a decent amount of states. No, just what I was getting at is what I love about California is it's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful states.
Oh,
and
yeah.
In addition to that, just overall fucking laid back. Like, just laid back people. Laid back but motivated, which I like. It's not lazy people. It's like overall, and we're generalizing, but laid back, motivated, beautiful place, great weather. Not the cheapest place to live, but
not at all.
It's a cool place. But you travel for work a decent amount. So what are you doing when you're traveling? Like they tell you, hey, this is where you need to go to sell. Essentially, this is the company that you're going
it's
to.
like I have a territory that I cover.
If someone goes on your block, do you fucking like put your block out? You're like, this is my fucking territory.
Yeah, actually, you're 100% right. Although,
can I use that clip of you saying that? You're 100% right.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, please take it out of context. I would really appreciate that.
I'll use that part too.
Right. Me no conversate with the fake. That part. Okay. But yeah, no. Okay. If someone's stepping on my turf, I politely tell them to go fuck themselves. I don't. No, dude, it's gonna happen. Like, no matter what you do in life, there's gonna be competition. Like, yeah, there's things you can do where it's such a tiny little niche that maybe there is no competition at the moment, but as humans, we're kind of made to compete against each other.
Boom. So I would agree with that. There's a lot of competition in life. Mm-hmm. There's also like, and I think you would agree with this, but you don't have to. You know, us wanting to see others win. You can compete and still want to see other people win.
Right.
There's some people that compete and they want to see people lose, and then there's the people who compete but they want to see other people win.
Yeah.
I think every winner in my opinion wants to see everyone else win. Losers are the only people that want to see people lose. But being a winner doesn't mean you don't want to beat the person. It just doesn't. So let me rephrase this. If you're a winner, you want to win.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a winner, you also want to see other people win. Mm-hmm. If you're a loser, you might kind of want to win, but you want to see everyone lose. So I guess that's maybe a little contradictory. But the point is, if you have a winner mindset, yes, you're competitive. Yes, you want to win. But you're not focused on like, I want that person to lose. You have the mindset of, there's enough out there for all of us. I'm going to go get mine.
Exactly. That's a very good mindset to have. Because it's very easy to fall into the trap of, fuck, dude, like, this person... Like, for example, right? I'm in the comedy world. So I see someone that's, like, doing big things. I could think about it as, like, man, fuck. How the fuck is this guy, like, getting booked on all these shows, opening up for all these, like, famous comedians, and I'm over here, like, not doing that, right?
Bro, we got to get into this now. We have to now. It is game time. No, it's game time.
What I was trying to... I'm going to wrap up that thought.
Yeah, you're good. Wrap it up.
You can think about it as, like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I'm better than that guy. I should be there. Or you could think about it as, like, dude, that guy fucking hustles. Like, there's a reason why he's up there opening for all these big guys. And one day, you know... big dudes will be opening for him,
and they're gonna look exactly, and they're gonna look at you like you're looking at him or her.
Yeah.
Right. So how did you? I mean, do you want to add anything else to that or
no?
Cool. So how did you get into comedy? You're fucking selling catheters. You're selling services. Just going door to door. You want a catheter? You're selling services for people with ideas that in the catheter space to connect them with a manufacturer, essentially. Is that right?
I represent the manufacturer.
You represent the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you got to the point where you're like, I like this, I'm good at it, but I need something else in my life. Or is that not right? Tell me.
No. I actually started doing comedy before I got this job.
Really? So how old were you when you started the comedy?
I was 26.
Okay.
So
this new job, but what was the job right before this again?
The job was actually I was like 25, almost 26 when I started doing comedy. Yeah. But what was the job I had?
Yeah, the job right. Before the Catheter, before you were knocking on doors.
I was just like a research and development engineer.
That was right before.
For a medical device company.
And that's when you started the comedy.
Yeah, right around that time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then it's funny. So I started that. I didn't start that job. I was like maybe 4 months into that job ish, and then I was like, oh, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go try doing comedy."
But well, there's more to that. Like because.
How did I decide to start doing it? You know what? It's something I've always wanted to do.
Since you say always, since you're a little kid?
No, maybe not that early. I use always very.
It's cool. I gotta narrow it down, brother.
I want to say I've wanted to do it since I was maybe 20.
Okay, so for a while though, it was several years of thinking about it.
Oh yeah.
What was holding you back from making the jump and actually doing it?
I didn't think I was funny.
Really?
Yeah.
What? And then what made you change your mind? Why did you think you were funny? You had one person laugh. You're like, oh, I am funny.
Yeah, I mean, I've made people laugh like here and there.
Exactly.
And it was a lot of like just me being kind of witty at the time, and I was like, well, you know, I guess I can get better at this, and I didn't think it was comedy is something where you have to be born with it and then you're funny. Like, of course you can develop into it, but I just couldn't see myself developing into that. And then as I just made more people laugh, I was subtly thinking like, oh, maybe I could do this. Who knows? Like, I can write down the joke. If it's funny, I can go up there and tell it, and let's see if people laugh. And I did. And
how scared were you, like, to get on stage for the very first time, like, to make that leap? Because I feel like a lot of people would they might have thought everything you just thought. Like, I'm kind of funny, I made some people laugh, but then they were like, fuck, I'm too scared, I'm not getting on. You got on stage. What made you like really like go from thinking, all right, yeah, I might be kind of funny, to actually like, let me figure out where to get on a stage and let me fucking do it?
How'd I get there? So I wrote down some jokes.
Okay.
And
on a notepad or your phone?
Yeah, no, on the notepad. Okay. And they weren't great, but I was like, I went over and told my roommates, I was like, hey, what do you think about these? I'm going to tell you some jokes. Tell me what you think. And I told to him.
So you trusted they'd give you an honest opinion?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Good.
I fucking love my
roommates. They tell you if your intro was bad?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure it was. But
no, that was a joke about the intro video.
You see that, ladies and gentlemen? That is something you can only get here and the ocean. It's called saltiness. Anyways, so I tell them the jokes, and they're like laughing, and I was like, okay, like if they think it's funny, maybe a room full of people, or not a room full, because
stadium full.
Imagine.
One day, brother. Hey, take that sip. You're trying to take that sip. Take that sip. Make the noise though on the sound, so that people are just listening on iTunes one day will be able to hear.
That was a horrible sip. Anyways, I told him the jokes, and my roommates dug it, so I was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm going to go try these in a bar by my house. Yeah. And I did. It was Bricks in Sunset Beach.
Okay.
So, you know, it's an open mic.
That shit better not be made of stucco. Dad jokes.
You should have that sound effect built into
the
board.
Bro, that's when you'll know we made it, when that sound effect's built into that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one day.
Well, you just get a separate button for it, too.
We got a dream. Oh, yeah, I could just get that.
Oh, yeah.
Check out Amazon. Keep going.
So, I go to the spot. You know, it's your typical...
Wait, how do you even... Did you literally, like... How did you start? Like, did you Google comedy clubs?
No, I Googled just like open mic comedy Orange County.
So you Googled though. Yeah, all right.
Well, so yeah. Well, not comedy clubs, because not all open mics are comedy clubs. And I wouldn't want to go to, for your first time, I don't know if I'd want to go to a comedy club, because those are typically bigger audiences.
Did you already know that? So you already understood that, like, before you started?
Yeah, I had I had like a very like narrow understanding of what went into comedy, but I understood that people practice like at comedy clubs and other places like bars or open mic nights.
Yeah.
So
anyway. You looked it up and you found a spot in Sunset called Bricks that's not made of stucco.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, this looks like a tiny little bar. Like, there aren't a ton of people here. This would be cool. If it goes south, whatever's a few people.
Is that what you wanted? You wanted a spot that's not too many people.
Yeah.
Fair, of course.
Which I'm usually like a go big or go home type of person.
Madison Square Garden, day one.
Oh yeah. But I figured, let's just start slow, see where it goes. And so I went and.
Bro, you're playing footsies with me.
Oh, that's cool. Bad. It didn't go bad. Like, I got some chuckles here and there, and the host was like, "Yeah, it actually wasn't that bad." Wow.
How did that feel? How did that feel when you got your first like chuckle? Like, was it? First of all, before you got on stage, how nervous or not were you? Like, what did you feel?
Nervous.
You, of course.
I was anxious. I was like, so what they do is they typically announce like, okay, on deck we have Ben Weisenstein, who's the person that's like before the one who's about to come up. It's like, but right now we got, Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought of a random
player.
name. Yeah. So it's like Kyle Lowry is actually coming up now.
Is he with the rap?
Ben Weisenstein is going after him. So I started like stepping forward when I heard on deck.
Ooh.
And then it's like,
batter's box.
Hold it back.
Oh shit.
It's like, they're like, all right, they know I'm a rookie.
Yeah.
And I told them like, it was my first time.
Wait, so you were trying to go on stage too early? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I started stepping towards the stage and I was like, oh wait, someone else is going up. Never mind. But people saw me get up. They're like,
they're like, rookie.
He's trigger happy.
For sure. So you got on stage, and how many people were there at Bricks?
Maybe like 8 or 10.
Okay, still, that's a little nerve-wracking,
It was a decent little crowd, yeah.
Yeah, so when you got on, did you have any, like, paper with shit written, or was it, like, completely off the dome, or what?
It was off, I had memorized it. It was off the dome.
Okay.
And it was just really kind of simple jokes.
How did you memorize? Did you practice for it by saying it out loud, or what? Okay.
Yeah, by saying it out loud, saying it in my head as well. But yeah, I mean, saying it out loud definitely helps. I mean, I've been in situations where I've tried a brand new joke without ever having actually said it out loud, and I've like fucked up the words.
Oh, because you didn't. Here, this goes back to preparation.
Exactly.
Right?
By failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail. Which I'm very glad you have that up, because I'm actually a big fan of that quote.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, that's so weird that you said that. That's kind of crazy. So. Don't say the name because we'll see what happens, but because you know the name. But the girl that I'm very interested in right now, she sent me that quote like a few mornings ago. She's like, this quote was the quote that I got for the like quote of the day app or whatever she's in, and it was that quote, by failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail. And then I sent her a picture of it on my wall. I was like, yeah, I actually have that right there. But so that quote has been all over, and now you're all about that quote as well. That's interesting. It is, because I mean that quote is so fucking relatable, bro.
It is. It's not always true, because there have been times where I don't prepare at all. I go on stage and crush it.
Boom.
That very rarely happens, but it can happen.
Fair.
But 9 times out of 10. That quote is something to live by.
Yeah, I agree. And truth is, too, you can prepare and still fail.
Yeah.
But you have a better chance of success if you prepare. That's all.
It just increases your probability.
100%. Hundo P, bro.
And at least if you prepare really hard and you still fail, at least you could say, hey, I tried as hard as I could.
Bro, my biggest failure in my life business-wise, in terms of, like, I threw a concert, lost a ton of money and shit, like, I know, honestly, I gave it my all, and I prepared the best I could. Now, I didn't make all the right decisions in hindsight, but point is, like, at the end of the day, that's a big thing. It's preparation. So you can still fail after preparing, but you definitely, if you fail after preparing, it's going to feel a lot better than if you fail after not preparing.
Sure.
And in addition to that, your chance of success is a lot higher if you prepare. Period. So in terms of getting on stage for that first time, so you were kind of nervous, 8-10 people there. Did the first joke land or no?
Yeah.
Ooh, you got a laugh on the first joke?
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably not too common. Bro, did that give you like a little fuel, a little steam, or what?
It did. It was more of a sense of relief, because I was like, fuck, what if all this shit I'm saying doesn't work at all? And then it did, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's cool.
What were the thoughts in your head before, though? Were you like, oh my gosh, like, what if they don't laugh? Or were you just like focused, like, this is what I have to say? Or like, what was going through your head?
No, I was definitely like thinking, fuck, what if they don't laugh? That's going to be so awkward.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't know what it is about humans, but even seeing awkward moments makes you like feel weird, right?
Feel fair. Yeah, feel weird. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know those... Or even in movies where you see like a very awkward situation and it makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, fair.
I was like, fuck, if I get uncomfortable seeing other people be awkward, imagine how awkward it must be to tell a joke and hear crickets.
Fair. How awkward is that? Did it happen in that first performance at all?
I'm pretty sure some of the jokes didn't land.
Yeah, but did it feel as awkward as you thought it would feel?
No, not really, because you can just keep moving and then get another laugh.
Exactly. And then, see, I think part of that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like part of that, like getting the laugh, it was like the steam. And what I mean by that is, I know in business, for example, if a deal closes, you know, like bring a new client on, I feel more motivated that day than a deal on a day where I'm not getting, you know, a deal that closes. It's almost as though whenever you feel any sort of progress, it gives you more fuel. It's like progress is, if we're cars, progress is gas. And progress, you know, the more of it that we have, the faster we go. Because we feel progress, then we work even harder. It's one of the things that fuels us is being able to see some progress or feel some progress.
Sure.
No?
Yeah, and to play devil's advocate,
play whatever you want, bro.
Progress can also make you complacent. So
Explain.
it's very important not to do that. So
explain.
All right, I'll give you a good example. So there was one time where I think I did like a show that was like relatively big. It was like
just like Angel Stadium sold out.
No, it was like 80 people.
Okay, that's
right?
That's a pretty decent size.
Yeah, right. So I go up there.
Was that the one in Pasadena?
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I didn't make it out to that one. I had a friend in town.
Oh no, it's all good. That was actually my second time doing it.
Oh, sick.
But I had done that once before.
Good shit.
And I did like 5 minutes, and I did, I think, pretty well. Like at many times there were like people laughing.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, it like, and that was a great feeling. So after that, I was like, damn, dude, like I can make a room full of people laugh. Like I'm fucking.
Wait, so you had so there were moments where you feel like you had pretty much the majority of the room laughing?
Yeah.
80 people? Bro, that's sick.
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling.
Right? What does that feel like? Because the most people I think I've ever made laugh in rooms maybe like 4 or 5. Like 80? That's a different ballpark.
I don't know. I feel very joyous. Like
of course.
You know, some people like the great comedians. They don't like keep laugh with them. They're just like, okay, straight face, like continue.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, this is so good. I have to grin. You know. But I'm getting better at that.
Well, is it though better? Or is it just your best is your authentic self, whatever that is, right?
Yeah, I don't know, because if you get too caught up in like enjoying the moment and laughing at yourself, then you can forget your material after, or you can leave too much of a pause in between jokes or that set.
Okay.
So,
is there a certain like standard to live by in terms of like you're not supposed to have any pause in between jokes or only 5 seconds or 7 or what is it?
There's no rule, I guess. I guess rule of thumb you can have is you want to have like a high amount of laughs per minute, right?
Makes sense.
So you can have a long build up to a joke that isn't funny, that's fine, but the punchline has to be just as good, like has to compensate for the long build up.
Yeah.
Right? So if your punchline isn't all that funny, then you just sandbag someone for like 2 minutes. You're like, really, bro?
Right.
You just got me so sucked into a story for 2 minutes. It's not even funny.
Right. What's an average set like? Like how long time wise? Is there an average?
Oh, a bit?
Yeah. No. Just in terms of like the whole time you're on stage is how many minutes typically?
So that typically increases
10,
as
15
you.
Or?
It increases as you get
bigger,
even like better as a comic, and also as you get more material.
Makes sense.
Because let's say someone told me to go do an hour right now. I can't do an hour. I don't have enough material for an hour.
You could create the material.
It's easier said than done. I could probably go on stage and riff, maybe in between a little bit.
I feel like if you really set your mind to it, you have it in you, bro.
If someone told me, hey, in 3 months I need you to do an hour, I can prepare that. That's
I feel
fine.
like if someone said in a week from now you have to perform an hour, it would throw you off a little bit. But I feel like if you had to and it was a real opportunity, you would find a way and you'd kill it.
Yeah.
Or if you had to, you'd stay up, you'd think, you'd add, you'd write, you'd edit, you'd keep going, and you would fucking get it. You would make it happen.
Yeah, that is a potential possibility. But the thing about comedy is you have to practice in front of an audience. Like,
Fair.
Even if there's 2 fucking people in the crowd, like, it's a lot better than practicing in front of a mirror.
Is that why, like, Dave Chappelle and them, they'll go into random clubs to test their shit because it's all about practicing?
Oh yeah, I mean, so that's what they're doing. They're typically developing an hour-long set, hour and a half, and that typically takes them anywhere from a year is the shortest. Like Louis C.K., he's one of the fastest comedians in terms of like developing new content, because every year he develops a new hour, and his old hour he just completely throws away. So
interesting. He's
like great at that and very highly admired.
Supposedly he's also admired for his jacking off skills.
Of course.
Yeah.
But
didn't he get into some shit? We don't need to go down that route, but he got into some shit.
He got into some shit, and I don't want to speak too much on it just because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
exactly what happened.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously there's reports out there about multiple accusers and whatnot, but I don't know enough about it to speak
on it. Fair.
Honest
judgment.
Same. Yeah.
I just like knew a little bit about it, so like I have to kind of throw a shot, but I don't really know what happened.
Yeah. I will say though that people do make mistakes. Not saying what he did was right.
Yeah.
But you know,
some people deserve a second chance.
Yeah, of course.
He's a real well-known comedian. Are there any comedians that you just like super look up to in terms of style or how they made it, or?
Yeah, in terms of just overall favorite comedian, Dave Chappelle.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I can't really do a lot of his style of comedy just because...
What is his style considered?
God, what is it considered? I don't... God, it's so hard to describe. Yeah. He's very in the moment,
He's
right?
in the moment, okay,
like he looks like he's 100% there having a conversation with you. You know, he's very good at making it seem like he just thought of this, even though it's like all very thought out material.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's just a natural.
Yeah, and then I mean, he killed it with the show. Like he killed it with the Chappelle show.
I love Chappelle.
Dude,
show.
That was a funny fucking show.
So Chappelle show is probably like what transitioned me from like sketch comedy into like stand-up comedy.
What's sketch comedy exactly? Is that just literally just sketches, just like the Chappelle show,
exactly,
versus stand-up going on stage?
Yeah, so I'd say one of the big reasons why I started watching stand-up is because I was a huge fan of Chappelle's show, and I was like, fuck, I love Chappelle's show. I've seen every episode, and I'm like, I want to watch more, but there's nothing else out there. But how do I watch more Dave Chappelle? And then I saw stand-ups, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch that, and they were amazing.
Wait,
bro.
so do you like his stand-ups more than his sketch, or do you like his sketch more than his stand-up?
I think I like his stand-ups more.
You like his stand-up more? Interesting.
And couple reasons why. Even though I think some of his best jokes are in his sketches, I think he's such a good comedian that his stand-ups make you feel like you're in that story, right? Because a lot of like comics, or almost all comics, tell a story at some point, right?
Okay.
So the way he does it is so well, and yet also so funny.
Yeah.
That it's just an incredible amount of skill that goes into all that. Like the more I do comedy, the more and more respect I have for those that do it at a very high level.
And why is that? Because you realize how much work it takes to make it to that level, and how much focus, and what does it take to make it to that level, do you think?
Well, for starters, it takes a lot of hard work.
And what does hard work look like in the comedy scene?
Hard work looks like getting up on stage, like I'd say 2 to 3 times per night.
Per night.
And I'd say...
How many times a week?
Maybe like 4 to 6.
Wow.
I mean, there's some people that do 7, like days out of the week. It's hard to put a number really on how much you need, but the more you get up on stage, the better you're going to be.
Makes sense, because you're practicing.
Yeah. So, me, for example, I don't feel like I get up on stage enough.
How often do you get up on stage?
I would say maybe 3 to 4 times a week.
Bro, that's more than I realized. That seems pretty good. But you're just literally, you're just literally popping in places, right? Overall, I mean, I know you're scheduled in places too, but like, when you say 3 to 4 times a week, that's not all scheduled. That's some just like popping in, right, or no?
Yeah, exactly. So at the moment, I only have one spot that I'm like scheduled at.
Okay, there's Madison Square Garden and Staples Center. Yeah.
All right, use promo code Lucas1.
Lucas1.
Yeah. That's the number 1, not WON.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I'm only really scheduled at one place, and then I go to a few other open mics during the week.
Yep.
And I'm just grinding, like trying to write new material, trying to practice old material, and still trying to practice like really old material that I know works, just because you can't lose your sharpness on those jokes.
What does that mean? That means you just have to keep practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like number 1. It's like you gotta be really good at performing, and you gotta be really good at writing the jokes to do it at a high level.
Good point. It takes both.
Yeah. And I mean, there's other things in there that go with it. Like you gotta be able to control, your emotions. You gotta have like a decent amount of memory to remember your jokes.
Right? No, you have to have a pretty good memory, especially if there's several jokes. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It takes pretty decent memory for sure.
You gotta fight off the temptation to get wasted,
Ooh, good point. Some comedians definitely do not do it sober, and some comedians are sober, but some are completely fucked up on
exactly.
What do you prefer? You have like just a drink, like kind of maybe loosen up a little bit, but not get like completely drunk type of thing, or
yeah, exactly.
Just a little heroin right before.
I found that one beer before.
Just a little heroin right before.
That's not my first choice. I'm just
okay, for sure.
No, I found that 1 to 2 beers right before loosens me up just enough.
1 to 2 beers loosens you right.
Yeah, if I get into 3, I start forgetting material.
Fair.
Which maybe that's telling me I don't know it well enough, but then it might also be telling me that it might just not work.
Yeah.
Because there's other things that come with it, right? Like you have 4 beers before you get on stage. You might start slurring your words. You might kind of give up halfway through a joke just because you're like, whatever. Like my mind is elsewhere.
You're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
But I think it's really cool that like, bro, you're literally. See, a lot of people, I think, in your position, they'd be living the life of like, all right, like I have a real 9-to-5 job and kind of want to do something else, but like I have a 9-to-5 job, so fuck it. You are like, all right, I have a 9-to-5 job, I'm making some money, I'm growing. However, something else I want to do, and you know what? I'm gonna do my 9-to-5 job, and I'm gonna do that other thing I really want to do too. Just because I have a 9-to-5 job doesn't mean I can't also fucking chase this comedian dream immediately. So like your life is pretty funny. Bro, you're traveling city to city, and you're going for meetings for the sales of the selling catheters.
Here comes the Trump voice.
Yeah, I know the Trump voice has come out again. I hate the guy, but the voice comes out sometimes. I wish I was terrible at his accent, but I guess I'm pretty decent, so I just keep doing it. But I hate the guy. I'll stop right now. But Lucas is the greatest. He's literally the greatest. He should be the best comedian on earth. If people just listen to his jokes, think they gave him a real chance, he'd win. He'd win so much, everyone would get sick of it. Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, bro. So
that was great.
It was decent. So in terms of kind of the life that you live though, what does it look like? You land in the city. You're like, I gotta sell some catheters. No, you're like, I'm gonna sell these manufacturing services. Yeah, so like where you're doing both. So I think that's really cool insight. So like for people to hear. is just like, what does that look like? You get in the city for work, for the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
But then how does it also turn into like, I'm going to do some comedy too? Like, you know, you're doing both.
Yeah, so if I plan ahead, which I don't always do, because I'm going to be honest.
Remember, by failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail.
Exactly. But I mean in terms of comedy, right? Because I got to have appointments booked before showing up. I can't just show up with no appointments booked. Then I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I show up to the city, right? I already got my appointment scheduled. I know what time they're going to be over.
You're talking about for your 9 to 5?
Yeah, exactly. So once those appointments are over, I'm like, all right, if I have time, I'll get a quick little workout in. If I don't, I'll go straight into whatever place is hosting a comedy night. It could be a brewery. It could be a comedy club.
Do you Google it?
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Every time, that's the answer, right? Google?
Yeah,
okay.
Google.
Yeah.
And it's actually cool because when you Google it, typically there will be like a local comic that just has his own website and posts all the open mics on there. And he also he refreshes it whenever like a new one starts or another one ends or switches from like weekly to monthly. It's on there, which is awesome. I appreciate all the comics that do that.
Oh, yeah.
So once I've been to that city once, I like frequent their website, assuming they continue keeping it up. Anyway, so I don't know, I'll go there.
Yeah.
I'll put my name on the list or
wait, so it's not a call ahead. You have to just physically go in, put your name on the list, like.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people out there that like, you know, they know a lot of people are like, hey, put my name on the list. Okay. You're not supposed to do that, but people do that, so it's like whatever.
I just thought of an app idea. Tell me if this is a good idea or not, or if it's a big enough market. Like, what if there was an app for comedians that are traveling or just people that are like wanting to get on stage to quickly find all the venues and when they're performing? Is that realistic or no? And like, yeah.
I mean, it already kind of exists because there's
Facebook.
well, yeah, that too, because there. A lot of like networking and comedy happens actually in Facebook groups.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there was one called like the OC comedy scene.
Gotcha.
There's the LA comedy scene.
Yeah.
And people are on there like, hey, I have this show. I need comedians. Who wants to do it? Or people are like, hey, I'm throwing this show. Like, come out and watch.
Is it ever? Sorry to cut you off.
No. And then people kind of react and. Like, oh yeah, I'm down, or oh, is it a bringer show? Is it this and that? Which I should explain. There are some shows out there that are called bringer shows where they're like, hey, bring 5 or 10 people and then you can perform. Like,
you can only perform if you bring X amount of people.
Yeah.
Or else they literally won't let you perform unless you have those people.
Yeah.
Or that's what they say at least.
Yeah, that's what they say at least.
What about money-wise? Like, are they ever paying all the comedians? Or are they usually not paying all the comedians? Does it vary?
For a bringer show, I think it varies on the terms.
Yeah.
Like, I know I've done one bringer show before where it was like, if you bring more than 10 people, you get 15% of the ticket sales.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it's also like, well, are you gonna, like... Well, okay, here's where that starts to get controversial for me. Because I feel like if I'm going to bring 10 people, right, they're all most likely going to laugh because they're supporting me. So in a way, they're kind of like...
Bro, I feel like you're actually funny. Like, when you showed me your video reel, I was genuinely laughing. And when I watched you in person, I was laughing. You make me laugh often. So I think you're actually funny. But on the other hand, yes, if someone's like your boy or your girl... feel like you're already like you already like them, so it's like you're already automatically wanting to laugh, right? Like that makes sense. Yeah.
Especially if you like, let's say my first 2 jokes bomb.
Yeah.
Then on the third one,
your people aren't gonna leave you hanging.
All 10 people or 15 people that I brought are probably gonna fake laugh just to get me to like.
For sure. If they're real friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel a little weird about doing that, but at the same time, like. I don't know. Bringer shows typically give you a good opportunity to perform.
Bigger places?
Either bigger places or at a time where...
burp into the mic next time.
I'm being nice to it. They either give you opportunity to perform at places you can't usually, or at a time where you just aren't in any shows and you want to be in shows.
Yeah.
So... I don't think there's anything bad to it. They kind of have like a bad stigma to them in a way.
But in the comedy community? Is that what you're saying?
I think so. Yeah, I think they're...
Why the bad stigma?
I don't think they have a bad stigma. Maybe misspeaking, but
okay.
They're not preferred.
They're not preferred. Yeah,
people
so it's a bad
don't get
stigma.
excited to think, like, oh my god, I
have to bring X amount of people to perform.
Yeah,
they'd rather just be able to perform.
Exactly.
So when you get into the city, you're like, all right, if I have time to work out, I'm gonna work out. I have my meeting at X time. I'm gonna Google some fucking comedy shows, and then you just fucking show up. Mm-hmm. You literally sign your name like on a paper usually.
Yep.
And then you're just like in a new city. Are you by yourself typically, right? Because you're traveling alone.
Typically, I mean nowadays it depends where I'm traveling to, right?
Where are some of the places? I mean, you've traveled. You traveled to fucking Utah. You've traveled to Finland, right? Is it Finland or Iceland or Greece?
Ireland.
Ireland, that's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
I knew there was a Lind in there.
I haven't done comedy in Ireland yet, but
Bro, you should have done it when you were there. Do it next time you're there.
I should have.
Yeah.
I don't think the place I go to when I'm there does or has any comedy nights.
Fair.
From what I heard, because I talked to the people that live there. There was one place and they don't do it anymore, but maybe they do it. I don't know. I'll try to find out next time I go. I don't go there as often as I do Salt Lake City, Phoenix, Minneapolis. I go to a lot.
You performed in all those places, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Which one is the best?
Oh man, that's tough.
So Salt Lake City, Phoenix, Minneapolis.
Yeah, I really like Salt Lake City.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the reasoning?
So they have, in Salt Lake City, they only have like one comedy club, and it's pretty big. It maybe fits like 150, 200 people. I'm guesstimating, but because there's like only one club, like a lot of people that aren't comics come out to the open mic. So you maybe get anywhere from 80 to like 100, 120 people at an open mic, which is very rare.
Because an open mic's normally extra small. It's like 5, 10 people, 15 people.
At a comedy club, it's typically, I don't know, I'd say on average 15, 20 people.
Okay, so like 80, 100, 120 people.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get a good crowd.
Nice.
For sure. And all throughout the night, too. Because people that go tend to stay the full 2 hours.
Are you talking weekends or?
No, weekday. This is like on a Wednesday.
So any day, it's just always packed?
Well, whatever day they have that open mic.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Like in Minneapolis, it's Mondays.
Well, obviously Minneapolis Mondays, sponsored by Lucas Sisro.
They actually did that pretty well.
It's just the mic,
it used to be an extra.
It's just the mic. Yeah. Interesting. So Minneapolis Mondays.
Yeah, Minneapolis Mondays at the Acme Comedy Theater.
Acme Comedy?
That gets like...
When are you there next?
Huh? Actually, a couple weeks.
All right, we'll get into that soon.
There we go. But yeah, so that's... What? Yeah, Mondays. You can... I've only performed there once. And it was like almost 100 people, if not more.
Really?
Yeah.
And were there any moments where you got the whole crowd laughing?
Yeah.
Bro, that's so cool. That is so cool. Seriously, what is the feeling? Like, you have 80, 100 people laughing at something you just said. Like, it's just got to be just you feel good. You feel good.
I feel good, yeah.
Yeah. It's a high, right? It's a high. Yeah.
It is. It's like my head tells me, like, hell yeah, keep going.
But my body,
it's telling me no.
Yeah, bro. So it's gotta feel good.
It does. Yeah. It feels really good. But then, sometimes you can get overconfident too. I like to play devil's advocate myself because you can't get too hung up on one thing you did well. Whereas, here's the thing I learned about comedy clubs. Believe it or not, I think they're easier to perform at than, like a random bar on a Tuesday night, right?
What's the difference?
The difference is you go to a comedy club, people are
expecting
going there,
comedy.
Yeah, they're going there prepared to laugh.
Yep.
Whereas you go to a bar, you might have like 10 people that just got off like a really long day of work. they're fucking annoyed.
Not in the mood.
All they
want
want to do is drink and talk to each other. And then they hear some fucking comic who like isn't all that great. You know, try to make some jokes.
They're just like, shut up.
Yeah, I mean, that could happen.
Yeah.
You can get no laughter. You can get them continuing to talk.
That would throw anyone off.
Oh,
Getting
yeah,
no laughter.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and also, because I've performed many times where other people are talking and you can clearly hear them, and you gotta like talk over them.
Ooh, does it throw you off? Do you like hear them and do you start thinking about what they're talking about? Or like, you don't let that get to you too much? Like you try to not, like you hear them but you don't hear them?
Like, I do hear them. It's impossible not to hear them, but you gotta just kind of power through it.
Because you can't let your mind go there.
Yeah. Well, you also gotta try to win them over, too.
Fair.
Yeah.
Is that almost like, is it like a challenge that you see and you're like, I got this?
Yeah. Yeah, it is a challenge, but at the same time, it's not likely that you're gonna get everyone in the room talking, right?
True.
Like, people aren't that fucked up.
True.
Like, yeah, you might have maybe 2 people over there, 4 people over there in a crowd of like 20.
Yeah.
But you're never gonna get, or at least I hope you never get, all 20 fucking talking at the same time, just completely ignoring you.
Oh, that would be annoying.
That would suck. Yeah.
Have there been any moments like that where you're like, fuck?
Yeah, I mean there have, especially early on, like when it's happened, like early in my comedy career when that's happened. I just thought, "Oh, dude, this sucks. Like I'm just gonna end it here. Good night, guys." Like, but that's to me, I think that's the wrong way to go about it because you gotta power through, and sometimes you're waiting like 2.5 hours, 3 hours to get on stage. So you really want to make the most of your time, even if there's only like 4 people there, and none of them are really paying attention.
Do you, when you're at the comedy clubs, do you feel as though you're on a different level, as though, you know, like, I'm better than these guys or gals, or does that not? Because again, it's competition to an extent. So when you're doing it, is it also kind of reminding you, and like, are you seeing it? Are you seeing others and thinking, I'm better than them?
I try not to think that way, but I definitely used to think that way. And in some cases, I still do, unfortunately. Because, I mean, as much as we try to not compare ourselves to other people, or at least I do, it's almost inevitable, right?
True.
Like, you think of someone that you started doing comedy with, let's say hypothetically, right? You started doing comedy the exact same day as them. You know, you kind of followed each other through your guys' journey, and one day you see them like crushing it, and you're not crushing it.
Yeah.
But you think like, dude, what the hell? I started at the same time. I work harder than them. I think I write better jokes than them. Sometimes you're just not right.
Well, fun fact that a lot of people don't know is, you know, you and Dave Chappelle started the same day.
Oh yeah, because I'm like 40.
You're on that 27 now.
I am.
Yeah. So yeah, you're living a fucking pretty interesting life. Because again, I think a lot of people in your position, you know, the 9 to 5, but think they might be good at comedy or something else, aren't taking the leap. And so I think it's important that people know, you know, you create the life that you want to create. You take that fucking leap. And is it safe to say it's been worth the leap?
Absolutely. I mean, even if I were to quit comedy now, which I'm not going to do.
Don't quit.
No. But I could honestly say, like, it's been a very exciting time in my life. And it's taught me a lot. Not just about comedy, but just of the world in general. Because, I mean, if we take a step back, the people, I'm not around a lot of people just like you. You know, I work from home, and then when I do travel, it's like I'm usually traveling by myself. Like, I get to a city, I maybe hang out with a few people, but for a good chunk of the day, on a daily basis, I'm alone. And then when I do talk to people, it's like they're all, most of them are like working in the same company or field as me.
Yep.
I mean, there's like my roommates and my family and my friends, but I'm not hanging out with them super often.
Yeah, it's not constant.
So just being in like a totally different world, totally different industry, opens you up to meeting a ton of different people.
That's well said, bro. I think, and I don't want to make this about me at all, but that's an interesting point too, because, again, the podcast, in all candor, I think it will help me build my brand. Hopefully, over time, might bring me some clients in my marketing company, but that's truly not the core of what all this is about. It's I really felt as though I was missing a lot of my life in terms of just daily interaction. I've worked from home now for a long time, frankly.
How many years has it been?
Bro, it's probably been since 2015, so like 4 years.
4 years. Is that when you started the marketing company?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And so I realized that I wanted to, really get to a point where I could make all of my money online to an extent. I saw that everything was moving online. I was like, how do I, get to a point where I don't have to, make money offline? I can build something that's fully online. And my thing is, there's a lot of pros and cons to everything, right? And working online, I'd say overall there's a lot of pros. And working remote, there's a lot of pros. However, one of the cons is not being around people as much as I'd like, physically. And this podcast, getting back to that, one of the reasons I'm doing the podcast is I'm committing to, no matter what, I'm going to do 200 podcasts in the first 12 months doing it. I'm fucking holding myself accountable. The reason I'm saying it because now I have to do it. And,
nothing better than a press release, right?
Right. And I do think that, my only chance of this succeeding from a standpoint of really maybe getting traction, getting a lot of views one day and a lot of subscribers is by putting out a ton of content. I know it's a long uphill battle. However, even knowing that's just what I have to do to have any chance, even if it doesn't work, I also know that by me doing that much, producing that much content, interviewing that many people for those many hours, which will be hundreds of hours, it's going to be, in just the first year, it's going to force me to have all sorts of interesting conversations, which I love to have. And again, with people that I fucking already have love for and people that I don't know at all. Starting out with people that I got love for, but I'm going to soon be with strangers that I don't know at all that I'm just learning about. And both interesting in different ways. But yeah, man, I don't know where I was going with that. This second fucking whiskey, I'm feeling great.
Hell yeah, dude. It's rum, by the way. But what's
rum,
the difference?
same shit. Yeah, same shit. What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
But that brings up a very good topic, which I don't think I've asked you too much about. Was Fresh Right Hand his marketing company?
Oh, I don't want to make this a promo, bro.
Was this founded in 2015?
Yeah, pretty much. So I started out freelancing because I literally was just like, again, and every time I say like right now, it fucking rings in my head because the first podcast, when I listened back to it, I was very happy with how it was. Really was. I was smiling each time. I listened to the first podcast all the way through multiple times already, and I was smiling because after so much thought about the podcast, for it to have that much interesting convo throughout the whole podcast, and again, what we're doing right now, I was really happy. But not to get off topic, I was just thinking about that because I said like. But as far as the online world, so I realized I wanted to, be able to get to a point, because long story short, my garage sale business for a little while was still running in Houston, had someone running that while I was in California, and it was just too hard, and that was an offline business mainly, and I was like, all right,
Back up. Yeah. Why did you move from Houston to California?
So I was thinking I want to live somewhere that's prettier, like a more beautiful place, better weather, and just always in my head I've always thought life is what you make it. You create your life. And in my head, I love Texas. Don't get me wrong. I love Houston, although I don't love everything about it, but there's a lot I do love. But at the end of the day, I've always thought I'm going to build and create the life that I want. And I realized that, there are more beautiful places out there with better weather and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
California was a very real option, as was Denver, Colorado. Ended up going with California. As far as the mix between those two, I'd say the biggest thing that pulled me to California instead of Colorado was the warm weather versus the cold weather.
Oh, yeah.
But so one of my things was, excuse me, I just burped, was that I wanted to build something online. I wanted to find a way to make money online so that no matter where I went, I could make money.
Yep.
And so I started doing like freelance shit, like copywriting, helping with marketing, and it turned into marketing business. I don't want to go into it much though too, because like my thing is, damn, I said like again. I know I do want to build my brand, but I truly want to keep all these podcasts on the guests as much as I can and just have super interesting combo. But I appreciate it, and FreshRightHand.com promo. If you need marketing content help, I'm sorry. But yeah, bro. So
I totally get that. I just want to ask one more thing. I want to get to the very bottom of like why copywriting, why marketing. Because I mean, up to this point, I think you were. Correct me if I'm wrong. An entrepreneur. You had a garage sale business.
Correct.
But then you transitioned
and a concert
over,
business, concert booking
and
business.
That's right.
Yep.
I forget those were like simultaneous.
Yep. And I wrote a kids book around that time and started a T-shirt company too.
So is that where the copywriting and marketing came from?
So here's where it came in. So part of it was a few things. One is I've always known that I had a writing ability. I'm a decent writer. Definitely have always had like a second nature, and there's a lot of shit I'm bad at, but this is one thing I was good at, which I had a second nature for marketing, branding, sales. I've always gotten it. I've always known how to market, brand, and sell ever since I was selling lemonade as a little kid, ever since I had my little business cards, doing Ben's Jobco and Ben's Petco when I was 7, doing odd jobs for family and friends, walking family and friends as pets, feeding their fish, etc. So I've always had like a second nature for that in entrepreneurship, and I felt like I've kind of understood communication and had a fairly high emotional intelligence. And so with that said, I felt like I would be good at copywriting. It's something I've already done for other businesses of mine in terms of writing content, selling, and also selling offline physically, face to face with people, selling shit at garage sales to on the phone, selling bookings for artists to clubs, so all over the place. So I knew I had those skills, and with that said, another point is I wanted to, in addition to having the skills, I wanted to make money. And to make money, I realized that was a real way to do it online, was to offer some sort of service, copywriting and marketing being services I could offer. In addition, I wanted to build my brand. I was like, all right, I said, like, if I am to work in other people's companies, and if I am as decent as I think I am, I'll do a good job. They'll be happy. They'll leave me a review, which will build my brand. And that has worked in the sense of, I've ended up, having some happy clients that have left reviews, and it's built my brand, which will help me in the future for other business endeavors as well. But let's get the topic back on you. But I appreciate that.
I want to do one more thing.
Right. Okay. All right. Larry David. Okay.
Okay. By the way, we're huge fans of Larry David.
Bro, I know. I just have to say on every podcast till Larry David comes on.
Oh yeah.
He is one of the guys that I've listed huge list of guys and gals that I want on the show. He is maybe the number one that I want the most. There's a lot of people that I really want on this podcast that I'm excited to hopefully get some of them on here. Larry David is way up there, and I know I promise you that if he comes on, you'll get to meet him. So, yeah.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna role play. Name the first rapper that comes to mind.
First rapper?
Yeah.
The honest answer was Corey Guns.
Okay, cool. So I'm the manager at a club.
Okay.
And you're calling to get Corey Guns booked. All right. All right, you're calling me. Hello?
That's a weird ring.
Okay. Do it again. Oh, who the fuck's calling me? Hello?
Hello. Why are we both using different accents right now?
I don't know.
But let's keep it going.
Okay.
So what are you saying? Oh, you're just answering and I'm supposed to roleplay?
Yes.
Okay, hi. I'm calling on behalf of Corey Guns. The truth is, it almost always started with an email, not a call. And then a call after. I'd basically tell them who I am and, hey, let's get on a call. Then we got on a call. And then I say, hey, here I am. I'm Ben. I'm, booking agent for Corey Guns. And at first, the way it started, I'll stop this accent, is I remember I made a promo sheet for Corey, and it was like a document that I created, just putting some of his YouTube videos in there. He had a few 100,000 views on YouTube when we first started, and I put them. Yeah, so he already had some buzz.
This was before 6'7".
Way
right?
before, yeah.
Wow.
This is 2008. 6'7", if I remember right, it was 2011. And so yeah, when we first met, Corey had a few 100,000 views on YouTube, and anyways, I would create a document and I'd send it out, and it was like a marketing document basically showing who Corey was and saying he's going to be the next big thing, and he's a great rapper and you should have him at your club, and if you're interested, let's get on the phone. And some clubs were interested, and a lot of clubs didn't respond. And then eventually it got to a point where it was only me contacting clubs at first, and then it got to a point where, he ends up getting his own show on MTV called Son of a Gun. A guy named who rhymes with Schmiddle Schmain ended up signing him, otherwise known as Lil Wayne.
Schmiddle Schmain.
Schmiddle Schmain, otherwise known as Lil Wayne, who's one of the greatest rappers of all time. Absolutely. He ended up signing him. I pray that I can get Wayne on here. That would be amazing. I'll go to Miami or wherever I need to go to get him on this podcast. So he signed to Wayne, and then it went from that to, because at the time my email was on his like official page. So people started contacting me left and right rather than me. I was still doing outreach, but people were contacting me as well, which is interesting. It went from only outreach to outreach, and also a lot of people contacting me, So
it's so much easier that way, right?
A lot easier, but it was also it was motivating just to see the reality of, life and dream chasing of, things can change so quickly for the better and for the worse.
Mm-hmm.
Went from the reality of the situation was no one was contacting. We were doing the outreach to a lot of people are contacting out of nowhere, all sorts of opportunities. So that just goes to show too, you never know what's around the next corner, what's in the next door, which is why you got to fucking keep pushing if you believe you have something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boom. Boom.
That was a very weak boom on mine. I was like, boom.
Yeah, it was a basic boom. You got a better boom in there, bro.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm curious, how long do you think we've gone so far?
Probably a couple hours.
Wow.
Oh, dude, it's already...
Bro, it's 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Wow, when did we start?
I think we started at least at like 10.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so, we've hit around that 3-hour mark. I feel like we can, because we're going to have you on other time. We got to get some Jack in the Box before it closes. Absolutely. So we're about to wrap it up, if that's cool with you.
Yeah.
There's a lot more that I want to talk about with you that I think you have to offer in terms of value.
We'll save it for another time. No big deal.
Do you want to? No, of course. You're going to be on several more times. Don't worry, we're not done 100% yet, though. So don't close up just yet. I do want that Jack in the Box too. There are several more things that we could talk about, but bro, we've gone, I think, like probably 3 hours or so. So we will pretty much wrap it up now. Before we do so, there's gonna be some shit, but first, is there anything else you want to say in terms of just that you want to talk about as far as your story, and obviously again, you'll be on the podcast several more times, I'm sure, but is there anything just that like you want to bring up that you felt we haven't brought up yet, or before I bring something else up?
No, not that I could think of.
All right, well then I'm glad you haven't seen the full podcast for the first episode yet, because you're about to be caught off guard in a good way. So, this is going to be a routine. I'm going to be asking... First off, before I do this, do you want to say a joke, or would that be weird? Is that a weird context? Not to put you on the spot. Is that a weird context to say it in, just like sitting here randomly, or... Is there a joke that you feel comfortable saying that would be funny?
You know what? I'll tell you the very first joke I ever told on stage.
I would be honored.
It's not funny.
Then why would you tell it?
Right? No, it's okay. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready, bro. I thought I spilled some shit on the chair, but I didn't. Keep going.
Dude, I'm getting fucking old.
You're getting old?
Like, I know I'm only 27.
Yeah.
But, holy shit, dude. I have heartburn.
Damn, you just got heartburn?
Yeah.
Just now?
Like...
Bro, it's from the In-N-Out. We got to get some Jack in the Box. That'll help.
No, dude. It sucks. I have heartburn.
Wait, is this the joke?
Yeah.
Oh, this the joke?
Whoa, you didn't let me fucking
finish. You're right. Yeah, keep going. I thought you were just talking seriously.
No, now I'm offended.
Yeah, keep going. Okay.
No. Okay. So I'm old and I have heartburn.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, why the fuck do I have heartburn? I'm 27. So I go to the doctor. He's like, you just have heartburn. Like, there's no way around it. You can lose weight. I was like, oh, thanks for telling me I'm fat. So I'm like, all right, how do I get rid of it? He's like, all right, here you go. You take this pill 30 minutes before you eat. I said, fuck. It's only a matter of time before I have to take a pill 30 minutes before something else.
I saw it going there. That sounded cool.
Yeah.
Wait, is there more to it?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That was good.
My first joke.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
And it got laughs. Your first joke literally got laughs.
It might have.
Yeah. That's solid. Hey, no. Your video reel, you can hear people laughing throughout it. Mm-hmm. And when I saw you in person, people were laughing. and you got to keep fucking chasing that dream because you are funny, and you got to fucking know that. Is that, I mean, what is the thing? Are you in your head, are you chasing it no matter what? Is there a certain point where, like, you go even faster? Is there a certain point where you go slower? What's your mindset? What's the game plan here on out?
So, don't quit your day job, right? I mean...
Well, just from a sense of being realistic, you got bills to pay.
Yeah, no, being realistic, it's like, I would love to do it full time.
And you might be able to one day.
Yeah, like who wouldn't? Or I take that back. There are people out there who want to do comedy just as a hobby. If I ever got to that point where I could do it as a professional comedian, I would definitely welcome that. And I definitely am like striving towards that. But I'm also being realistic and thinking like the opportunities of that happening are somewhat slim, right? Like, let's not kid ourselves. How many people are out there trying to do stand-up right now? How many people out there are actually selling at arenas? Not that many.
No.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and you're right, but I think you have the perfect outlook, which, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's basically, all right, I think I'm good, and I am good, and I like it, so I'm gonna chase it. I'm gonna chase that dream because I'm good at it and I want it. I like it. On the other hand, I understand that I got real bills to pay, and so I gotta keep taking money in and being realistic. Yeah, I might be able to make that money from comedy. In fact, I might be able to make way more one day, but that's not for sure. And if it does happen, again, it's one day. It's not now. And so in the meantime, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It's not like just 9 to 5. It's also not just comedy. It's, all right, let me do the 9 to 5. Let me get that dough. And let me also do the comedy because I enjoy it. And not only do I enjoy it, but yeah, I'm going to chase that dream, wanting it to be something bigger. Worst case scenario, it's something fun. Best case scenario, I end up actually getting to do that full time. Is that safe to say? Like, that's kind of where your head's at?
Yeah, that's safe to say. And I would just say, I would do it even if I sucked.
Boom.
I mean, maybe to a lot of people I do suck. And maybe to a lot of people I think I'm great. But it doesn't really matter to me because I enjoy it and I'm just going to keep doing it.
Boom. That's a great attitude, bro. That's kind of like I'm trying to think with this podcast again, no matter what, just enjoy. I'm not even going to look at views and shit. Just enjoy. Yeah. And that's a big thing. In life, at the end of the day, you do have to kind of just enjoy. Find what you enjoy to an extent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and you don't want to imagine being like fucking, I don't know, 60, 70, or very close to death. Not that you die at 60 or something, but you never know. You start getting later in life. Anyways, imagine just being old and being full of regret. That's got to be one of the worst feelings in life.
Bro, I think you nailed it. That's got to be one of the worst feelings in life. Looking back, saying, what if? Bro, that's so many points in life where you have a choice. Do you go for it or do you not go for it?
Right?
In my opinion, go for it. Whether it's the fucking job, whether it's the hobby, whether it's the girl or guy, go for it. Right?
Yeah.
Go for it. All right, bro. We're going to end this shit because we got to jack the box.
Was that the point where you're going to throw me off by asking me?
No, it's about to happen. What's about to happen next? No, you haven't been thrown off yet. You're about to be.
Uh-oh.
So you see that little white piece right there?
Yeah.
Be careful so you don't fuck up your hand or the mic. You want to pick that white piece up.
Uh-huh.
No, you can lean forward, bro. You can move your mic. You can go off the mic for a sec.
Okay.
Just we'll hear you in the background. It just won't sound as good. So this is the thing we're going to do on every episode, whether it's Shaquille O'Neal, who hopefully will be on this one day, or whether it's the one and only Lucas Sisro. So you're going to remove the globe.
Uh-huh.
Yep, so you're going to move the globe.
What, pull down?
Yep, just don't break it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so now what you're going to do is it floats in midair. Uh-huh. So now you're going to try to get it to float in midair. So to do that white piece, you're going to put above the globe, just like that, in between that and the top of the black piece, and you're going to try to balance it, and then you have to get it to spin while it's midair, and it does work. So that white. Where's the white piece?
Yeah, right here.
No. So it goes right above the globe. Lower, yeah, like it's other side, bro. Horizontal.
Oh, like that.
Yeah. There you go.
Like that.
Yep. So you want to get it to stay, and you got to be like slow with it, balanced, and then you're gonna move the white piece once like you have it, and then you're gonna barely tap it to spin it, and then it'll be floating and spinning. This is you putting your hand on the world right now. You got this. Hey, move the mic however you need to move it, as long as you don't move it to the side. Alright, you got this, bro. You got this. We're definitely going to chop these up into smaller videos one day and put timers on them so we can see who's the fastest and who's the slowest. I would be the slowest. Alright, you got this. You got this, bro. So you want to put that up in there. You got this. It's going to go higher than that. The white piece is going to touch. It's going to be all the way up, basically.
Oh, it's going to be all the way up.
Yeah. And then you're just going to move the white piece. Yep. So you want it to touch. You got this. You feel the magnets, right? Yeah. So you want to get that. You're going to get it. I already know.
Oh, okay.
So, but remember, it's got to be floating. So you got to almost be very finesse with it. Finesse. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do,
oh, look at that. Yeah.
Wait. Don't get excited yet, bro. You wouldn't be the first one to get excited too early. Have it? Do you have it? Does he have it? I don't know. He's pulling out kind of slow. He's focused, though. I see it in his eyes. I don't know if I can take a picture. This is amazing. This is going to be the best part of each podcast. Oh. Alright. Wow. Did you get it? I feel like it's floating. I feel like it's floating. Oh, now he's getting it to spin. Oh, he stopped the spin. Fucked up the spin. Spinning it both ways for some reason. I feel like he has it, but now he's just testing how many times he can do it. He's still spinning it. He's spinning it. Bro, if you just let it spin, it'll keep spinning. Bro, once it's good, it'll keep spinning, bro. Now the key is you got to get the white piece out without fucking it up.
Oh,
Yeah, so you give it like a light spin, it'll keep spinning, and then you're good.
Oh, you just gave me the formula, bro.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Got this. There you go. He's doing a little rub. Oh, fucked it up.
Wait, so you got to get it to spin, and then you pull the white piece?
Yeah, exactly. It's already spinning, bro. If you just let it, you're good. I feel like it's spinning. It'll keep spinning.
Oh, there you go.
He got it. He got it. Attaboy. All right, so
yeah, that took me long enough.
Yeah, you're good. So with all that said,
that was it. Is there an explanation behind it?
Loud. What's up?
Is there an explanation behind it?
Not really. The explanation is just this. I was looking for some cool random lights and shit on Amazon that were cheap. That was one of the things that I found. Fucking globe. And I was trying to find things that would get us thinking. Globe, dinosaur, random fucking shit. Just thinking about life and past and present and future. And I was trying to set that shit up. And our man Diego, who you love as well.
Yeah.
Bro, I couldn't get it on. And Diego's like, you should make all your guests do this. And I was like, bro, genius. So I had Cal do it. I had you do it. Now I genuinely think this is going to become a part of the show for the thousands of episodes moving forward. No matter who the fuck is on this show, they will put their hand on the globe. And they will make that globe spin.
I'm going to be honest. After I did it, I thought you were going to say some corny explanation like, see, that's what life's about. You know, you got to like, you know, it's going to take a while. You're going to work hard, but eventually you're going to find that balance.
Bro, there was a little bit of the first episode. I was like, persistence, you got this. So it'll probably get corny for sure at some point.
Oh, yeah.
With all that said, do you have... So the thing is, again, like, no one's watching this shit yet. It's not going to have too much impact. But hopefully in the future, you know, when shit maybe gets a little bigger, people come back to the older videos and check them out. And in the future, when you're on, more people are hopefully watching as well. There'll be more impact. But pretending there's possibly some sort of tiny impact, whatever it is, just put that shit out in the atmosphere. Is there anything that you want to, like, promote or... you know, upcoming shows, or just if people want to get in touch with you? For example, someone is in the comedy world and they might have a gig for you or interested in speaking with you or have an opportunity because, you know, whatever it is. what are some ways people can get a hold of you? Anything that you want to fucking say, promote, whatever.
I don't know. Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, you want to put those handles out there?
Sure. Instagram is just Lucas _Sisro, LUCAS_SISRO.
Lucas LUCAS_SISRO.
There you go. Facebook is just Lucas Adrian Sisro. Adrian's my middle name.
Lucas, middle name ADRIAN, last name Sisro, SISRO. Why is Adrian your middle name?
I don't know. My parents probably loved Rocky. They're like, "Hey, yo, Adrian."
That makes so much sense.
Nah, I don't know. That I don't think that's true. I think my dad had a cousin named Adrian.
Fair.
And he's like, "Oh, I'll throw in Adrian." They almost named me Adrian as my first name, but there was like, we like Lucas better.
I like Lucas is a badass name. You're the only Lucas I know.
Really?
Yeah.
I've met a few out there, but yeah, it's
not the most common name in the world.
It's not super common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So LU, thank you for that.
Yeah,
He caught the air freshener that fell. I just turned the AC off. Look how much more quiet.
Oh, dude, it sounds a lot better.
But it sounded great though.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, yeah, we hear the AC a little bit, but these, like, you can hear our voices pretty loudly even with that AC on. Yeah. But yes, for Sick Candor, it's like deadly silent and just our voices when the AC is not on. But we needed that, didn't we?
Yeah. So we're gonna have the fans vote. Okay, all 2 of you fans listening out there,
1.5.
If you want him to very slightly edit this video by having someone cut out the background noise of the AC, just vote yes.
Okay. And
or you can vote no.
Fair.
And you're going to put your poll up somewhere.
Fair. We'll do that. Yeah. Why not? And just see what people say.
You'll probably get more people to vote than, like, the people who vote for the presidential election.
I don't know about that.
So like a fourth of the country.
Yeah, just a fourth. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up, by the way, that a lot of the country doesn't even vote.
Yeah.
It's even more fucked up people that don't vote and then talk shit. It's like, you can talk shit if you vote, but if you don't vote, don't say shit. Go vote. Yeah. So, really though, any other place people can get a hold of you? Lucas Sisro, LUCAS_SISRO on Instagram or on Facebook. Lucas, middle name Adrian. He was almost named Adrian as first name, but they took his middle name instead. Last name Sisro, SISRO. Email or anything else, you don't have to throw it out there unless you want. But is that good? Is that what I just want to make sure this is your one shot for the 1.5 people listening.
No, that's good for now. That's a good way to get a hold of me.
Cool. So anyone wants to get a hold of them, you know how. Now, the way that we end this show, I don't know if I'll do this on every show. I might get scared when I have someone really famous on to ask them this, but I'll hopefully still go for it, which is we end the show on a song. Now, the song is this show. I feel like should be up to you. What song? I mean, it's got to be a song we both know.
Are we gonna sing it together?
We're gonna sing it together.
We're gonna
sing outro together, however we feel, bro.
Dude, you know what's funny? I'm not very good at doing karaoke.
All right.
And you know what's the best karaoke song to do?
What is it?
Tequila.
Sing it. What the fuck's
it? You know, it's like... All you have to do is say tequila.
That. Here we go.
Well, then we're not really singing.
Bro, keep going. Let's go. This is it. Tequila. About 30 more seconds. Keep going. Keep going. I'm going to turn the camera off. Bro, I loved having you on. It was a fucking honor.
Hey, appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, for real.
It was a blast.
It was fucking epic. You killed it. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, bro. All right, get back to the music. All right. Keep going till it's off. Don't stop. Tequila.